I do. All right. Is it recording anything? Any audio whatsoever? Oh, it is recording mine. Somebody else say something. Let's see. Nope. It is recording. Somebody else say something. Nothing. Okay. So, that's why. It needs to go through there. Now somebody say something.
Something.
Hey, wait.
There we go. Cool. Yeah, for some reason it. Oh, you know why? Because yesterday I was messing with some of my USB cables, and so my microphone became disconnected. Sweet. Okay, good. All right, let's turn that off. So yeah, we'll get started here. But so yeah, last session you guys had finished the discussion with Lord Neverember, with him telling you about the small town of Lylon, down to the south on the road to Waterdeep. He explained that they've been spreading word of not only dragon cultists, but worshippers of Talos, the storm god. After the meeting, the group went about their own tasks. Iluna went to the moon ceremony with King Melindrock, talked with him a while about his family and the accusation about his son Niravane possibly being one of the worm speakers. I believe Zash also went back home for the night. The next morning, the group headed. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so the next morning, the group headed out to make their way to the Necromancer's Tower. Along the way, they stopped at the Innsmouth estate and dropped off the egg with Ioni. It was also, I believe, either that night or that morning, Zash, you revealed to them your involvement with the Harpers.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. So with the egg safely in Ioni's hands, the group eventually reached the road that leads to Raised Garden, formerly Raised Garden, formerly Middle Garden. Along the way up the road, you met a man camping off to the side of the road. After Nylor confirmed that he wasn't a threat, the group approached, and he introduced himself as... I had it somewhere here. Yes, Aston Pats. He explained that he used to live in Middle Garden and was there whenever it was destroyed, and was there the second time when it was taken over by the undead hordes risen by the Necromancer. He also explained the tragedy that had befallen him with his family, and asked if you guys were going there, if you would not mind seeing if you could find his child's lost toy in his old house, which was a house with a blue roof. He also explained that it was the screams that drew the zombies closer. With that information, you guys continued on to the Raised Garden the next morning, and with Nylor's Pass Without Trace, the group was able to get through the field of zombies without issue. There was a moment at the very end, I believe Seftis failed his stealth, but with the group stealth check, you all passed and were able to get inside of the walls. Once in the slum maze, you continued using Pass Without Trace, much to my dismay, and used some skillful stealthing to progress to the other side. Along the way,
Anime
yes,
directions.
Yes. And along the way, Smith and Albina used an annoyingly genius combo with Sphere of Silence and Fireball to quietly rid themselves of a group of zombies in their path. A combo that I never thought of before and I absolutely hate, but I have thought up of a more dastardly version of it that involves a warlock with Fireball, the Devil's Sight invocation, and somebody being able to upcast the darkness spell to make an invisible silent fireball. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. After this, you guys continued on until you realized that your path was blocked by a cadaver collector, and that's where we're going to pick up for today. You guys pretty much have gone up this path. You realize that at the end, there was a few buildings and houses that were more or less vacant. And the only way along this path that you could see was at least a through the way of a cadaver collector.
What's a cadaver collector?
A cadaver collector looks like that. Basically, it is a large construct. You know what? Here, I'll give you a little bit of information. The ancient war machine known as cadaver collectors lumber aimlessly across blasted plains of Archon until they are called upon by a necromancer, hobgoblin general, or other evil warlord to bolster the ranks of a conquering army. These fearsome constructs obey their summoners until being dismissed back to Archon, but if a summoner comes to a bad end, the cadaver collector might wander the material plane for centuries, collecting corpses while searching for a way to return home. So, they like to pick up bodies. And I think they're fucking cool as shit. And this is probably the first and only time that I'm really going to get the opportunity to use one.
Just to kind of re-get our bearings again.
Yes.
Can you
Yes.
tell us the last thing Anime told us in
So,
terms of
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's yes.
So Anime told you guys that there was a group of zombies, you can see them right here, that they were moving their way up this way. Or sorry, they were moving they were moving their way down. So they were moving their way down. There is a cadaver collector right here, and the pathway that she can see for you guys to get through goes up and over.
Okay.
So yeah.
And there's a collector in there.
And there's a collector in there. Now, something that I will say is that when you guys were up here and you were in these buildings, she would have told you that there was a small, there's a small courtyard almost. It's not as big as the courtyard where you guys roasted all those ones. On the other side of this building, there's another courtyard, and there is a group of zombies. There's a smaller group of zombies in there. But that's really the only things in your direct path.
Okay.
Is that a window?
This is a wall. But I mean,
Oh, it looks like those two little tiny squares made me think it was
yep, just
window. That's all.
just a room.
I see.
I mean, they are slums. The walls aren't Fort Knox.
No, but they
You could make them a
just
window.
curious. Windows. Anyway.
Okay.
Oh, and when we came up into that building, we walked past the cadaver collector and
Yes.
sort of
You guys
peeked, looked ish.
Yes.
I mean, I don't imagine we spent much time staring him down, but
No, you guys basically moved on past him once you got up there because you rolled high enough on your collective stealth. You moved on past him as he was you can even you could hear him rummaging through the debris and detritus of this destroyed building.
Do we still have how to trace up? Did
Yes, because you recasted it.
Did I
Mhm.
recast it?
You did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot to
Because
take that off then.
you casted it when you guys got there, and then you recasted it when you guys waited in the room for Albina to ritual cast Sphere of Silence.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Um,
Thanks.
So I think my
No, the
first
reason
initial. Oh, go ahead.
the reason I was asking we peeked at the cadaver collectors if we would make a plan before coming back down, which is I think what you were sort of suggesting. What we
My first idea is like kind of use the silence spell again and try to ambush it and kill it as quickly as possible. Because I'm not really sure how else we get around it. Like I don't think we can sneak past it.
No, I do think we have to confront it.
I think we should just
It would it-
make way. Make sure there's no other zombies around, and just like
Yeah, wait for him to walk back down and then try to jump it and kill it as quickly
yeah,
as possible.
push in.
But the sound might attract more enemies as the battle goes on.
That's why I said
Yeah,
try to
that's
use
like-
silence again and keep it within the silence circle.
Well, that
Might not
means that
work, but-
spellcasters can't use somatic spells.
The spellcasters don't
Ver-
have to be
verbal.
in the silence circle, just the monster does.
Oh, true. Yeah.
That's my
Um,
quick idea.
So you guys, if you guys want, since Hannah is not here, instead of using her spell slot, I could say if you guys wanted to, like, move into one of these rooms and, have her begin ritual casting it. And then this way, when you guys, when she's like really close to casting it, basically running out, getting down there, popping it, and then we can start combat.
Sounds good to me. Anyone else? Objections?
Sounds good to
No,
me too.
it's good.
Wait, what are we ritually casting?
She's Albina is going to ritual cast silence, so that when you guys get down to the cadaver collector, that will be the moment that she casts it, and then this way you guys can fight the cadaver collector. Like, the cadaver collector will be in the Sphere of Silence.
So, that can be ritually cast?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what are we hoping to do? Fireball it again, or I don't think that'll take it out.
I don't know how strong it is. I was just saying, like, try to keep it in the silence field so we can try to fight it in there so we're making as little noise as possible so we don't attract any additional friends. I can try to stun it in the silence field. And I also have Sentinel, so if it tries to move away from me, if I hit, then I get another, well, not stun, but I root it.
As she's ritual casting silence,
Yep.
can I ritual cast augury?
Yeah.
And
detect magic for me. Sorry.
and go forth with the question of, can I get an outcome of how this plan will go out?
How long? What is
Augury's only a minute, so
Yeah, so is silence is an action. So technically she would be casting, so we could say that you cast it like before.
okay.
So this way it's all, copacetic. Yeah, you can go ahead and ritual cast augury.
I guess yeah.
So, well, wait, you can cast augury at will.
Yeah, I can.
Oh, okay. So
it doesn't technically say it's at will. It says you could cast it, and I think augury is a ritual spell. So
is that
using my star map, it says augury, guiding bolt. You could cast augury and guiding bolt spells without expending a spell slot and without preparing the spell, provided you use a smart star map as your focus. Yeah.
So yeah, that's the thing. Like, you can cast it just as is, and it's cast normally. It just has the ritual tag, which means if you did not have like the material components, then you can ritual, which is pretty much what you would have to do right here. Because that's the one downside to augury versus silence. Silence has no material cost, so the ritual is just not using up a spell slot, whereas augury, its material component is a slew of things worth at least 25 gold. So, so what is the specific thing that you pose? Like, we are casting silence and going to attack this thing.
I just want to know the outcome of if everything goes according to plan, will it work the way we want it to work?
Will we what stealthily take him down?
I would say you get a feeling of good results.
Okay, thanks. I'll let the party silently know that.
Okay. Alright. So, you guys begin to cast. The ritual, and as it is about to finish casting.
Can I use detect magic? As a ritual?
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. What did you want to? Well, okay. So detect magic is the field. It's the 30-foot field. What are you like looking for?
Is the cadaver within that field? How far away is he again? The cadaver collector.
So the cadaver collector is he's a little bit of ways down there. So
Okay. I just wanted to get a sense of stuff around me, I guess.
Okay. So I will say this. From pretty much every direction, you get and like literally coming up out of the ground, there is a almost seething energy that is necromancy. And it kind of permeates everything. It's kind of like the Force.
Do I know if I cast Dispel Magic on like an undead that was summoned by a wizard, would that do anything? Like a wizard is using a spell to control the undead, right? Or is that the presumption we're going on?
So
this necromancer?
So wait, say that again?
The necromancer is using a spell to control these undead, right? These are all undead around us?
It's a good thing to assume that. It's a good thing to assume that a necromancer has risen these. Like, obviously that is the case. But I will say, as somebody who has studied magic, while you are not proficient with necromancy to the degree that obviously a necromancer would, you are aware that like conjured creatures and creatures that were risen can often be given a task and then let out.
Okay, so there's no like consistent bond, I guess?
There could be. It depends on how the wizard casts it. Like if there is something that, like if the wizard just simply raises up some zombies, he could be killed and those zombies could fall. Or, but if he like imbues some kind of item with the power to rise creatures or to keep the undead alive, like to keep the undead up, then if that wizard dies, that item is still continuing to power it.
Would Dispel Magic theoretically like break that bond or
Dispel Magic
disable the undead?
So Dispel Magic would be able to stop a magical effect. So if you were to cast Dispel Magic on an item that was causing an effect, it would stop that effect.
Okay. I got
But the main thing to keep in mind is that like if somebody conjures an earth elemental, you could counterspell that to stop them from summoning it, but once it is created, you cannot cast Dispel Magic on that creature to
That's basically what I was asking.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. All right. So, move you guys over to the street map. And so yeah, you guys are going to get a full-on surprise round on this Mofraka. And we're 100% going to say that Albina's Albina's action as part of that is the casting of silence. So I'm just going to go down.
Prepare fire arrows.
That's fine. Yeah, you can prepare fire arrows. Do you want to do you want to have both of the ones that you can shoot lit? Or can you?
I forgot I bought special arrows.
Yeah.
That was so long ago. Where are they?
Walloping arrows. They can knock a creature prone.
I feel like saving those for necromancer. They're not magic, right? Or are they?
No, they're not. No, they're not magic. They just pack a wallop.
More powerful. Okay. Because we have to save anything that's not magic.
So everybody go ahead and roll initiative because we'll have to know that when this moment comes.
Yes.
Roll for Albina.
Are those arrows?
What arrows are you looking for? I think you have +1. I'm pretty sure you have like +1 arrows, standard arrows, and walloping arrows. I think that was it.
Oh, there they are.
Oh my god. For the first time that I've had the encounter log and everything working, and it put all of your initiatives in for me. Fucking love it. Alright. So, would you guys have rather Albina cast the Sphere of Silence directly on top of the Cadaver Collector or at the beginning of the alleyway?
I would say probably at the beginning of the alleyway, so...
Yeah, I can't imagine this thing's gonna run from us, right? I feel like it's aggressive, so... Yeah, probably... Oh, well... I don't know, because we're gonna get a surprise round on it, so I'll be able to get on top of it pretty quick. And if it resists my stunning strike and then tries to move away from me, I get a sentinel attack. And if that lands, it gets rooted, so... I don't know.
Just know that you're also going to be in the silence field, so...
I don't need
So I
to
was checking them.
speak for anything.
The walloping arrows to DC 10.
Right, a DC 10 strength check.
This guy probably has an insane
strength saving throw.
I don't think that's... I think you should probably save those. Just player to player.
That's what I was thinking.
Alright. So...
what I do on.
Would hold person work on this guy or not?
No.
Is it a humanoid or undead, I guess?
It's a construct.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that would not work, unfortunately. But Smith, you are on the top of the order.
Is that blue circle the silence?
Yes.
Do we want it like back further in case it moves?
Well, that's what I just asked. If you want it directly on top of him, or if you want it at the beginning of the alley.
Oh, I was thinking like back, like to the right a little bit, so it's just like at the edge of the alley, or like to the right a square or two.
It's up to you guys. Is
Unless
that where you guys want it?
Unless we expect, unless we expect it to come at us rather than run away. But
Right, and that's what Tony was saying.
I imagine it's gonna come at us.
Yeah, because Tony said that it's probably going to be aggressive.
How far away is it
it
from
collects
us?
cadavers, not people.
From you guys, it is we'll say from Nylor, it is 10, 20, 30, about 45 feet.
All right, my turn.
Yes, you are top of the order. Like I said, you guys are getting a surprise round, so that means that for this round, the collector can't do anything.
All right, I guess I'll use a fire chromatic orb, level 1.
Okay. Is that that's you rolling?
That's a nat 1.
Oh no! All right. Unfortunately, that misses. Zash.
First roll of the day.
Get him out now.
It's out of the way. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I can't move my character.
Did you select your token at the top left?
You have
Do
to
I have to do
select
that every
it.
time?
Unfortunately, because I messaged the guy who makes this app, and I'm like, is there ever possibility of like keeping that as a selected thing? But I think it's because
no,
I can take them off and re-add them every week. So I think the moment I take the token off of there, it resets it.
Wouldn't it also be because it'd have to know our IP addresses or something to know?
No, if it just, it knows your IP address because you're signing into the program. So if it saved it just to your computer's settings, like it would save it as a cookie. All right.
So I'm gonna feline so I can get up to him.
Yep.
And oops, I'm just gonna start opening up on him. Oh god, those are huge. Natural 17 and a natural 19.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna one more because I'm flurry of using flurry of blows. Does a 17 hit?
17 does hit.
Okay. And then I get my extra attack too. So I'm just rolling all my hits right. That's cocked. That's a natural 1. Okay, so 3 hits.
Yep.
What is it? It's a D6. No, D8, sorry. D8 and D4. That's a 11 on the first hit.
Okay.
10 on the second.
Okay, so that's 21.
And 14 on the third. And I am going to stunning strikes.
Okay. Are you? I forget, but do your weapons count as magic?
Yeah, it's a monk feature.
Yes.
At level 6.
That's okay. There it is. Yes, they count.
Yeah.
Okay. Boy, are you lucky. All right. And you are using stunning strike. You said correct.
Yep.
Okay, and that is me rolling a con save.
Yeah, I don't.
So are you only using it once?
We'll see. It's a DC 13. You have to beat.
Okay. He fails.
Okay, well, he's done then. And that's the end of my turn.
So he's stunned until motherfucker. Okay. Yep, he is stunned until the end of your next turn.
Which, for everyone else's knowledge, attacks against him have advantage now.
Yep.
Since he's stunned.
And he also automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws. Iluna.
Monks are fun.
So
There's something.
wait.
Sorry, Lucas.
I love it, man. I love the tactics. Ah! Oh, I hurt my pencil. What you doing, Iluna?
So he's stunned.
He is stunned. Which means attacks against him have advantage.
Great. I'm gonna try one of them walloping arrows then if he's stunned.
Okie dokie.
What? Oh, sorry. I was looking at something strange in my sheet. So I
Yep.
still just use the
You just make an
longbow,
attack.
or
Yep. That hits. Go ahead and roll the damage.
what's with the DC on the arrow though?
So the creature that you're hitting has to make a has to make a strength saving throw, or it is knocked prone, and because of Sash, he automatically fails strength saving throws. So, he is knocked prone, automatically. So the thing is, are you, yes, you're using your longbow or Sahanin's moonbow?
What does that matter? I guess typically has her moonbow out. 'Cause it's
Okay,
her
that's
favorite weapon.
it legitimately changes it legitimately changes the effects.
Why would it change anything?
Because one of them is a magic bow and the other one is a bow.
Oh.
Yes.
I thought it
So
was only
there-
magic when it shot. Like the stars were magic, but the bow was,
Oh wait, that's right. You're not
I mean,
using
I
your
get-
+1 arrow. Never mind. You're using a walloping arrow. Yeah. Okay. So what this looks like, you pull back, you let the arrow fly. I imagine it sort of has like something on the end that almost looks like a little like boxing glove, kind of like the green arrow. And when it hits, Zash, you're standing right next to this thing. Like, it hits off this thing. There is not a lick of damage on it, but you see the thing just like topple back. And it just,
Since he's prone, we get disadvantage on range attacks now, so it's just a straight roll.
Correct.
Oh god.
But if you move up to it and you do a melee attack at that, not only does that have advantage, but yeah, no, that's it, because I'm thinking of the other condition of paralyzed. Yeah, that's any attack is a critical. But yeah, so if you get up within 5 feet of it, it's still advantage. So Iluna, you still have another attack.
Wait. So what happens with the ranged attacks?
Stunned.
If the target is prone,
Yep.
then ranged attacks have disadvantage because it's laying on the ground, so it's harder to hit.
Correct.
So he's stunned, which would normally give you advantage, but he's prone, which gives you disadvantage, so it's just a straight roll on all range attacks.
Is that right?
So I mean, you can shoot it. You're just not shooting with advantage. The advantage and disadvantage cancel each other out.
Oh. Well, I'll just shoot it again.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, that definitely hits. Go ahead and And are you shooting with a regular arrow, a walloping arrow, or your +1?
Oh, um, well, I said a prepared flaming arrow, but I kind of traded it out.
Right.
So just a regular arrow, if I'm being
Okay.
strictly honest.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, you see you see the arrow, true dead to the center of this thing. But the moment it hits, the arrow just sort of ching right off of the plating. There is not a scratch on it from the arrow. All right. Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Can I make it a favored foe since I hit it the first time?
Yeah, you can use favored foe.
It says first time on each of your turns, I can do a 1d6. 1d6.
Yeah. So the thing
That's after.
So,
No?
well, that would have been the first time on each of your turns that you hit your favorite foe. So you could have marked it when you first hit it, which we'll say that you did. So make sure that you mark off the use favorite foe. The thing is, since that first one was just a walloping arrow, it would not have taken any extra damage.
Oh. The first time. So it wouldn't matter. That's
Right.
confusing.
So both of
Why
your
wouldn't it take extra?
because it is increasing the damage of the arrow that you used by 1d6. The damage of the arrow that you used was not magical, so it takes no damage regardless. That's actually why I was specifically asking, are you using your regular arrow, walloping, or +1? Because your +1 is the only piece of magical ammunition that you have.
It is.
Right.
So, anime though?
Yep, go ahead.
It's still the +8, right? For her.
For her shred attack.
And then, dang it, it's all the way down here. I want to move it way up to the top because I use it so much.
You could just also click
and then
your
I do
longbow
damage.
button. Yep.
I did, but the 1d6 + 5 is not the same.
Oh, true.
That's what's at the bottom.
All right, and she gets 2 attacks.
And again, oh, is that okay? 13. Yeah.
All right. Were you having her deal? So since you're in the summer state, were you having her deal slashing or fire damage?
Oh, wait. God, it's been so freaking long for combat. I don't know what I'm doing. Fire damage? I didn't know that was a choice.
Yes, when you're in the summer state, you can deal fire damage instead of regular, because like autumn is thunder, winter is cold, spring is lightning.
Well, I just don't want to make any light to draw any more attention. Just leave it to slashing.
Okay, so
That's why I didn't use the Moonbow's star, because it would be like
that's
flash
perfectly
away.
fine. So yeah, you see anime. She flies in.
Did the 13 hit?
The 13. Oh wait, is that what you got? You got a 13. I was looking at the
That's
18.
Second one.
Oh, the 13 does not hit.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yes, thank you.
Well, also keep in mind she gets advantage on it, so roll again with advantage because those would have been your 2.
No. Oh.
Yep, it's prone and stunned.
And it's
okay.
And then that's the second.
Yes, so that would.
The damage 8 and 9.
Yeah. Okay. So Zash, like I said, it's kind of same thing. You see anime swoop down, her claws just raking into this thing, but not really getting onto anything yet. The cadaver collector.
Did it seem like my hits were landing?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought we were on a surprise round.
Yep. I know.
Yeah.
I was just having to mark something off on the... Because I have a little marker on my side that says he's surprised.
So, in our attacks...
Yep.
My walloping thing knocked him over. The regular arrow did do damage?
No.
No. And Anime's claws did not do damage.
Correct.
Okay.
Cephas.
Alright. Oh shit, it's quite far away.
I believe you have
like
40 feet of movement, so you have more than enough to get up to him.
I do? I thought I had 30. Cool.
Anime would have been back to about there.
Is that 30? I can't quite see on the screen.
That's 40.
That's 40.
Alright, cool. I may as well be raging if I'm good to do that.
Yep, yeah, you can bonus action rage.
Let's do attack with a greatsword.
All right.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh, it's raining. It's raining. Hopefully it doesn't take me.
Keep in mind, you have advantage.
Oh. We just roll again.
Yep.
Hey, Kaya. Is the light off in here?
All right. So yeah, that hits.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll the damage and see. But it's gonna be. Oh, also remember you have the fire on there as well, so that's another 2d6.
Oh. There's the 2d6.
Okay. 20.
Second attack, yeah.
Yeah. So since you already rolled the 14 first, go ahead and just roll once, and we'll take that one. Okay. So that would have been. All right. So unfortunately, that one is going to miss.
All right, I figured. Holy shit, that was some loud thunder.
All right. It is Albina's turn, and she is going to cast. I'm going to say she's going to cast Spiritual Weapon on it. Sword out here. She can cast that within 60 feet, so that's more than enough. So you get a 19. That hits. That's going to deal 7 points of magical force damage. Oh, wait, she has advantage. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Right, and then as her action, she is going to cast Sacred Flame on the thing. He needs to make a dexterity, but he automatically fails because motherfucker is prone or is stunned still. So that's just going to deal the automatic 13 points of radiant damage. Nylor.
Okay, I'm gonna move up right outside there. I'm gonna cast Bless on myself, Smith, and Zash.
Okay.
And
What does that do again? Is that the D4 or what?
I think is it a D4 or is it a D6?
For I believe it is. I believe it's a D4 for Bless / Bane.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's a D4. And then I will, for my bonus action,
You said that was. Sorry, you said that was Smith, Zash, and yourself.
Myself, yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna wild shift, but I can't do that as a bonus action. Okay, that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
Wait, I can still use a cantrip, right?
Yeah, you well what is
Oh no, I can't. Never mind. You're right. Never mind.
Okay.
All done.
Okay, coolio. Smith, back to you.
So just to double check, I use Chromatic Orb, I have disadvantage.
Correct. Well, actually, you have advantage because he's stunned, and because he's prone, you have disadvantage, so it would balance them out.
If I use Fireball, he has disadvantage on the dex save? Or
yes.
He fails it automatically,
He
right?
fails it automatically.
Alright, let's do Fireball, and I'll sculpt around whoever.
Okay. Yeah, so he's
Is
just
this
go ahead.
still in the Sphere of Silence?
He is still in the Sphere of Silence.
Okay.
Yeah. Like you would know that like, right there is the center of it. So you could technically center it right there and it would still be quiet. So yeah, just go ahead and roll the damage because he's automatically gonna fail and just take all of this damage.
That's 37.
Boy, oh boy. Man, past Lucas fucking sucks for giving you that staff.
I love it.
I know.
Love it.
All right, Zash.
Yeah, I'm just gonna punch him again.
Okay.
Let's see. That's a natural 18 and a 14. Does that hit?
18 hits, 14 misses.
Okay. Two more. Ooh. 17?
17 hits. I was gonna say the 14, even with the flanking bonus that Cephas is granting you, it still would not have hit with a 15.
Okay, well, I got another 15, so that's only 2 hits this. Oh, wait, I get D4s on them because of Bless, right?
Yes, you do. Well,
okay.
Is it on all or is it you get it within whatever they make before the spell? Yeah. So, yep. Well, yeah. So, yep.
I get it on each hit?
Yeah, on each one for a minute.
Okay. So the first 14, 15 is 17. Does that hit?
Yep.
Okay, and then the second one is 18. So
yep.
all 4 hit. Okay.
Look at Nylor blessing the party.
Yeah, what a good freaking spell.
Oh wait, where did Stacy go?
Connection drops.
No.
Rain, weather. And I think mine isn't far out, actually.
Oh.
I got 9 on the first hit.
Okay.
Oh, this one sucks. 7 on the second.
Okay.
13 on the third.
Yeah.
Oh my god, double ones. 6 on the fourth. And stunning strikes again.
Alright, and that's a Constitution.
DC 13, yeah.
Please put it together. Yes! There we go. 18.
Wait.
That's a success.
He rolled 18. I'm gonna use low to roll a d6 and subtract it from it.
I think you have to roll like literally a 6. 8.
Wait, what are you doing? Oh, Cosmic Omen.
Try to fuck you.
Oh.
No.
Unforge.
Yeah.
Do I want to try to? Because I think I can stunning strike for each
You
hit,
you
right?
can. You have to use some more key, and you only have so
I'm gonna
many.
do one more. I'm gonna do one more. And see if I can get it.
You didn't have to. That's a 6. He is stunned again.
Okay.
What kind of save was it?
It's Constitution.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're at Iluna, and that's going to be a challenge.
Well, the boss is stunned, so do you just want to, or the monster's stunned, do you just want to skip her and come back?
Let me just shoot her a quick message. See if she just wants to, she's just gonna do her few attacks. It's your... Oh, there she is. All right, you there, Stacy?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay.
finally, for some reason I lost the AT&T signal too. I was just gonna say I probably swap to. Oh
Swap.
no. Oh, if I'm noticing our attacks aren't working.
Right. The regular...
And they do the fire version of her attack.
Okay. All right.
I guess try one of those magic arrows, but I can't click to roll anything.
It is your turn. If you want, I can roll for you.
Yeah, try one of those. I don't even know who I bought.
Okay.
Magic arrows.
Okay, so you're going to use one of the magic arrows?
Yeah. I don't know. Wait, she has that. She has the star thing, but that doesn't change it. It makes it blind. It doesn't affect the arrows.
I mean, you're essentially... The thing is that you're using a spell slot for it to deal an additional 2d8 radiant damage. So that is, like, that is turning it into a magical piece of ammunition.
I forgot to use the spell slot. I was going to use it at first because it's a bright, shiny light, and I figured it would attract its attention. But also for not causing any damage.
So, do you want to do you want to use that, or do you want...
Oh my.
Wow. That was loud.
Yeah.
Did you want to use your Moonbow's ability and use a spell slot to shoot a regular arrow, dealing an additional 2d8 radiant damage, or did you want to shoot a +1 arrow and use your Eladrin ability to set it on fire?
Oh. Yeah, we'll try the... There's only so many of those arrows. We'll try the radiant. That's max attack.
You are sounding more of a robot than I imagine Seftis might.
Error.
Here, just put it in chat. Fire +1.
Anything else interesting happen yet, Steve? Besides the goal?
It's 1-1. They're in extra time.
Oh, Italy tied it?
Yeah, bastards.
Did you know every time Italy wins this, Lebanon gets invaded?
What?
Somebody put up a thing. It was like 1967. Italy wins, Lebanon is invaded. 2002, Italy wins, Lebanon is invaded. 2021,
Jeez.
Italy wins. It was like, Lebanon's like, oh.
Mm.
Okay. So if that is the case, now are you doing it twice or once?
Yes.
Okay. So that's going to be 2 spell slots. And it is still stunned. And it was only technically prone until... Oh, wait, no, it never got up because it was fucking stunned. That's right. Okay. So yeah, it's just going to be made normally. So here is the first attack. That is a 16, and unfortunately that misses. And the second attack is going to be a 19, and that hits. So this is going to be 1d8 plus, what was it? 2d8. So that's going to be 3d8 plus 3. So that's going to be 14 points magical damage. All right. And yep, so there's the 2 spell slots. And what about anime?
Yeah. She had fire.
Okay. All right. So we'll do the same thing. We'll go ahead and she is going to get these with advantage because it is still down. That's a nat 20. And on her second attack, that's a 22, so they both hit. And that is going to be... What is that? That is 1d6 plus 3. So we got 2d6 plus 12.
Favorite foe.
Oh, that's right. You also have favored foe. So your attack does an additional d6. So there's 4. So that's going to be between both of those. So that's 3 plus 12, that's 15. So that's 19. So you can tell this time, as she has come down, you know, these two, you know, the blast from her moonbow just streak at this thing and, you know, tear it to shreds, basically, with this radiant energy.
Is that supposed to cause it to be blinded or something? The
So
moonbow.
When you do that, it must make a con save or be blinded for 1 round.
Okay.
Which it rolled a nat 20. So it
Would
is
it have to do it twice though?
Yes. So what is your spell save DC? Your spell save is 13, so it succeeds both of those. But that doesn't really matter because with the amount of damage that you dealt to it, you destroy this thing.
Great.
Nice.
It's not even there. Congratulations, you destroyed this thing. I didn't get to press the damn button even.
You know, I was like, oh man, this will be so cool to, like, you know, put you guys up against. because I really like cadaver collectors. And now it's dead. And I am sad.
You won in the fact
I'm
that
sorry.
I had to burn 5 key so that I didn't get to play the game. So.
That is true. That is true. All right. So with that, you guys, you guys are able to make it through. And like I said, I will put you guys here, and we'll continue with how we were sort of running this before. Zash, if you want to take the lead on how the group is progressing through here, as you round the corner, anime tells you that there is a group of group of zombies that is sort of milling about up around this corner. And then she says that the pathway down this way is clear.
Okay. Well, then I guess we are going down.
All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And as you get there, it's kind of hard to tell, but you're able to just make out what looks to be a horde of zombies starting to make their way up this pathway towards you.
Okay. Can I ask anime is up? Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, from where you're standing, you can see that there is an alleyway that extends up this direction. There is a door right here. And down here, there is a pathway that goes to the left, one that goes to the right.
I think we just play it safe and go in the door. And
go in this one?
To see where this horde's gonna go.
Okay. All right. As you are there, she tells you that the one group that was up is sort of milling about the smaller courtyard has gone down and is starting to sort of like hang around where the cadaver collector was. And you guys hear the shuffling, moaning sounds of zombies as they move past your door and up to a slightly larger courtyard just up here. But she tells you that now would be the chance that you could move.
And let's go.
Okay.
Out and down.
2, 3, 6. And actually, okay. Yeah. You are able to make your way down through, and you guys eventually reach the far side of where you entered. Before you stands another large door that leads into the next area.
A large door that leads into the next area, like the next part of town?
Yeah, it would lead into the next area where like the courtyard is and the necromancer's tower.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Because
aren't we looking for like a blue roofed house too?
That was pointed out to you guys that it was like back here in the center of town.
Oh, okay.
So
should we get it on the way back, you think?
Yeah, if we're not running for our lives.
Okay, just make a mental note.
Yeah, because right now, you guys, with the cadaver collector, that drew the one group that I had away, and you guys waited long enough for the others to move. So, do you guys go through the door? Does Iluna have anime scout out ahead? What is the plan here? Oh, there's also a door right here if you guys want to, do anything with a door.
I'm gonna go open and close it a few times. Does it work? Are the hinges well oiled?
You just hear this like ear
Okay.
as the like.
Yeah, if it's doing that, then it's literally just one opening close.
Fucking zombies hear it and they all start rushing you guys.
Okay, I'm sorry. You said we're at like the. Can you describe where we are at again? Sorry, the dog was barking. And...
It's all good. You have progressed through the Solemn Maze without issue. With anime telling you guys that it was a straight path down to there without any zombies in the way, you guys were able to get to the large set of doors that leads into the next area, which from what anime told you guys, I don't know if I have the like little shit map that I drew last time. Oh wait, no, that's right. It's in P5. Yeah, where was that? There it is. So yeah, you guys are now, if you look at P5 chat real fast, so you guys, have made it through the red air. Yes, you are at the blue nipple.
You what?
It's just two big double doors?
It's two big double doors. Anime will tell you that from what she has been able to see on the other side of there, that it is a sort of like dull grass laden area that surrounds the wizard's tower.
So we can't.
We don't have Pass Without a Trace because I used Bless, so concentration broke.
Right.
I will recast Path Without a Trace on.
Okay.
So we're in the green circle.
You're currently in the green circle. You're just about to cross the threshold into the blue. Now on there it is a lot. Yeah, it's teeny tiny, and if anything, the wizard's tower would be like a pixel in that picture.
I was going to say how far away the tower looked to us.
It's about 100 feet on the other side of this wall. So there's like a big. She tells you that there's like a big grass-laden area.
And there's no more zombies?
She does not see anything on the other side.
Do you guys think that maybe we should rest here before we go in? Do you want to rest right in the middle of this deserted town?
Well, we could go into that little door right there.
into the squeaky.
I mean, I'm down for a short rest because, like I said, I burned like half my key points on that dude, making sure he didn't move. So
do you get your key points back on a short rest?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he gets them back.
Yeah,
short rest. That's kind of cool. I didn't know that.
Yep.
I mean, I personally would be down for a long rest because I have 3 or 4 burn spell slots at this point from the Pass Without a Trace.
Okay, then we can chill in the building.
I used
rest it up.
1, 2. I don't have very many spell slots.
So now keep in mind, you guys woke up, you walked for about 4 hours, and it has taken you guys maybe about like a half an hour, 45 minutes to get through this field, like to get through the original field, to get through the slums to where you guys are. So it has really only been like 5 hours. So at this point in the day, it's pretty much like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay, well, I guess we could short rest so everyone gets.
We used a lot of an adrenaline. It's scary walking around zombies.
So I mean, like I said, you guys can spend the whole day in the Squeaky Hinge Inn, and take a long rest.
Give yourself a point of inspiration for that, Lucas. I liked it.
Appreciate it. So yeah, you guys can you guys could if you wanted to. Now, being that
the downside is we'll wake up at it'd be dark.
No,
only
you.
an hour,
We're not talking about
No.
a long rest. We're talking about just a short.
Yeah,
Oh.
if you're
just
doing a
an
short
hour.
rest, yeah, it's an hour, and you guys are
Yeah.
back at it.
I actually think
Okay.
a short rest is pretty good.
I mean, yeah, that's fine. Before we take a short rest, I'll go ahead and use my last charge of wild shape to summon another owl, just to keep watch outside. No, I guess we have anime. Never mind. I guess that's pointless. I don't need to do that.
Okay.
Well, there's Webster, the little construct, and other things we can use.
Okay, so
Um,
we are taking a short rest.
That's what I was gonna say. We're definitely not going for a long rest because it was
No.
suggested.
Yeah,
Well,
no. I was just saying.
can
I was
long
not
rest.
suggesting it. I was simply saying you
No.
could.
We suggested it.
I mean, that means we're just staying in this little house for like what 8 hours? Like no, like
Yeah.
Take
That's
the
all
We
good.
minimum.
can't long rest because it hasn't been 24 hours.
Right,
that's fine.
yeah.
We
Yeah,
have
you
to
would
sit
have
in
to
this
spend
house
an
for 6
entire
hours.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to you'd have to stay there until like 10 at night and then sleep and then wait 8 hours. So yeah, a short rest, perfectly fine, understandable and reasonable. During this hour, you guys hear during this hour, do you guys want to have your companions do anything? Because I know that, you have anime. I know, Nylor, you said you could summon the owl if you wanted. Seftis has Webster. Do you guys want them doing anything outside of the building beyond just telling you guys, when to be quiet if the zombies do wander by?
No, I'm keeping
Yes.
Webster in.
So Stacey, what do you want anime doing then?
Or are we just gonna be silent for an hour?
That's kind of what I was asking. If you were just like, yeah, I mean, you don't really want to attract any more zombies unless you guys really want to fight.
No.
No.
So yeah, I just didn't know if you wanted them doing anything while you guys were resting, but if not, everybody can take a short rest. And while you guys are doing that, I know it's unconventional, but the more I have been thinking of it, the last time that I believe this happened was 6 months ago. I know you're only doing a short rest, but everybody gets to level up.
Yay!
What?
So I know it's only.
I'm not ready to level up.
I know.
I know.
You gotta be ready.
Something.
You gotta be ready anytime. It's been 6 months. I know it's been a long time. There's been a lot of dialogue-heavy sessions, RP sessions. But as I was thinking of it the other day, you guys left Phandalin. You dealt with the Barrow. You made it to Neverwinter. You handled. You technically handled the Dream Adventure. You dealt with the Innsmouth Estate. You dealt with the casino. You guys dealt with the Innsmouth Estate again. You more or less solved at least the general mystery of Theram's death and have made it through the council meeting and have gotten through, I mean, I would say, a good, I don't know, maybe 28 39ths of this portion.
28.
So go ahead, level up your characters. Make sure that if you have any missing hit points, which I don't think any of you do, that none of you have missing hit points. But the way that I'm going to play this off is you guys will get the effects of a long rest. And the way that this is working is Nylor, as you are sitting there, as you guys are sort of sitting there and relaxing, trying to, catch your breath from running through this place, you realize your next step is just beyond the door. You feel something suddenly heavy in your pocket, and when you open it up, you see a small bracelet that is made of 2 silver dragons that are sort of intertwined. And as you hold it and you're looking at it, you see that their bodies begin to unwind, and there's like a tiny, it's like imperceptible, but there's like a tiny burst of light, and you all feel refreshed and more powerful. So this was the gift of Elia.
Yay.
So I need to go use the bathroom really bad. So
So
take
do
your
I.
time, level up your characters to 7, because
Is it true I'm gaining a spell?
it's very
Because it says
possible.
known spells 4 out of 5.
Yeah, so you would have learned a new spell. So yeah, take your time, because I'm not gonna lie, I have set up a challenge for you guys coming up. That is going to require you guys being level 7. Plus, you've earned it. It's been a while. So, go ahead and level up your characters. I will level up Albina, at least for today, but I will 100% let Hannah redo anything she wants to do, because I think she just gets a spell, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but long rests allow her to. Well, it's the effect of a long rest. She
Yeah,
usually
she just
swaps
gets. I mean, she
herself
gets back
out.
her abilities. Like, you guys are all
Yeah.
automatically gonna pop in the effects of a
She gets
long rest
4th
anyway.
level.
Yeah, she does.
Pretty big.
Yeah, I don't know what she would want. I'm gonna go right now just for banishment, and I will give her freedom to choose whatever she wants whenever she gets here. So yeah, I will be right back. My apologies.
No problem. I'm gonna use the restroom too.
Hmm.
I don't think I get anything for leveling up. That sucks.
Sorry. I'm trying to. Oh, this is not fun.
Oh, apparently I get advantage on initiative rolls now. Yay.
Um,
All right, I'm back. Sorry about the wait.
okay. No, that's fine. I'm still looking at these. I wasn't planning on picking a spell. Does somebody in here already have lesser restoration?
I believe
It's
Albina.
Hannah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
Albina can take it.
think
I
Chona
have-
does
She can-
too.
I could cast it once just for being Asimar.
Yep.
I don't have greater
Oh.
restoration though.
Because lesser restoration is blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Yep.
Um,
What's up, Hannah? Huh?
You guys hear me?
Yes, I can.
yes.
Hey, Hannah.
What happened to the D&D Beyond? Why does it look so different?
What do you mean? Oh,
Dark mode.
yeah. If you want to change it, it may, because I always pull up your character sheets, it may have automatically switched over to mine. If you click where your name is, there's an option now where it says Underdark mode. You can turn that off if you want to put it back to, the way that it used to be.
Oh no, it's good. If it didn't change anything other than that, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it's just they finally put dark mode on there. I was super happy about that.
Oh,
Actually, I like
it was
darker
so
too.
nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hannah, I don't know if everybody told you, but you guys leveled up.
No.
So you guys got through the slum maze and you leveled up, and that means that as a level 7 cleric, you get to learn a 4th level spell.
Ooh.
So, if you want, if you want to go and look at those, just because I didn't know what time you would be back, I gave you banishment for right now, which is you can attempt to send a creature to a different realm, or a different, like, if they're native to a plane of existence, you can banish them back to there. But there's all kinds of stuff like Aura of Life, where you create a 30-foot radius that non-hostile creatures cannot be dropped to 0 as long as their turn starts within your aura. It regains 1 hit point. And also creatures within that aura have resistance to necrotic damage, and the hit point maximum cannot be reduced. That's concentration up to 10 minutes. Aura of Purity is kind of a similar thing, but it's any creature that you choose, any non-hostile creature to you within a 30-foot aura has resistance to poison and has advantage on saving throws as that cause blind, charmed, deafened, frightened, paralyzed, poisoned, and stunned. Those are like the ones that you get as a war cleric.
Oh,
I can just leave it for now how it is. That sounds good.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yep.
Moonbow is considered a magic weapon or not? Or just the stars when they're used?
The stars. So your Sahanin, the Sahanin Moonbow is a magic bow, but anything that shoots ammunition, having a magic item, like having a magic bow, does not make the ammunition magical. So,
Well, that's kind of what I was getting to ask, because I can choose magic weapon. If I change either one of my bows to a magic weapon, how would that
yeah.
be?
So
It would
so-
give an advantage?
Well, so the thing is, you have to cast magic weapon. It lasts for an hour and is concentration, and you touch a non-magic weapon. So you could touch your precision longbow, because technically that does not count as a magic weapon, and when you do, it
know.
becomes a +1 magic weapon.
So it would deal magic damage?
Well, it would, if a creature has resistance or immunity to non-magical attacks, you would be able to hit them, like the Cadaver Collector. The Cadaver Collector is immune to non-magical basic attacks.
Right. So, well, you just said the ammunition would become magic.
So, well, that's the thing. If you're casting magic weapon on it, then that sort of changes it up because because the Sahanin Moonbow, when you when you use that ability, that is you're using a spell slot to turn it into magical damage.
Okay. The stars are magic, but the bow doesn't do anything to typical ammunition. That's what I was asking. Okay, magic weapon and then healing spirit or find traps. Those are the ones I'm considering.
You know what? I was actually entirely wrong on that, and I wanted to double check myself. I was entirely wrong on that, and I do apologize for nerfing you there. I just looked it up in the DMG. If a magic weapon has the ammunition property, ammunition fired from it is considered magical for the purpose of overcoming resistance and immunity to non-magical attacks and damage. I apologize for nerfing you with those hits. So that is entirely on me.
So I have a magic weapon that shoots
So
magic arrows.
if you are shooting Sahanin's Moonbow, that is a magic weapon, and that will shoot magic items or magic ammunition. Yes. Your precision longbow does not count as magical because it has a runestone imbued into it that gives you an ability, but you do not have the +1 runestone. But your moonbow is magical, and I apologize for that. That was an oversight on my part because I thought it was based on the I legit thought it was just based on the ammo, but I was wrong there.
Or the stars that come off.
Well, the stars are definitely
are
magical.
extra.
Yeah, you're using a spell slot to conjure those.
So when I shoot with that, then that is magic damage.
Yes, it is. It is able to ignore resistance.
It's fine
and
because I didn't. I only question. Well, I only question it because I'm looking at these spells. So I don't know where that rune stone went. I forget
It's on
what
your
it
longbow.
does. I always forget to check what it does. No, I mean like what it. Did I click on?
What the actual thing, what the runestone actually does? It's that when you
Yeah.
have advantage, you can get double advantage. You roll 3 times and you take the highest result. Because it was the precision one. It was where you could roll 3 times, take the highest.
Too many. I just need to pick either find traps. Do we need healing or trap finding, I think.
Okay, looks like everyone is up to 7. Which is good. Pull up your character sheets and update your tokens. Yeah, I do apologize. I hate doing level ups in the middle of a session. But I wanted you guys to be level 7 when you got to this point. And I was like, well, shit. Like, unless you guys take, a while with the cadaver collector fight, which I was like, oh yeah, by the way, I guess I should say, the plan was that if you guys had not used silence, like, you started fighting the cadaver collector, the group that was up top in the smaller courtyard was going to come down, and the group that was just down the road was going to turn around and come back up. So you guys were going to have like a nice long lengthy fight, which ended up being 2 rounds of just you guys beating the fuck out of my monster.
We had contingency plans if we aggroed additional groups.
That was rough. That was just rough. Sitting here like, oh man, I finally get to use a cadaver collector. He's like so cool.
And then he gets hit with every form of CC.
Yeah. Yeah, just beats his ass. Yeah, because the cool thing
So
about...
you did silence?
Oh, what?
So we did silence and then fireballed, or what did we do?
No, you ritual cast silence, and then like Zash ran in, started attacking, Cephas ran in, started attacking, Nylor, Smith, and Iluna started attacking from range. You popped your spiritual weapon, started attacking, and because you guys got a surprise round, and then Zash used Stunning Strike on it, so it was stunned. So you guys had advantage on attacks, and it had automatic fails on Strength and Dexterity saves. Well, Stacy used a Walloping Arrow, which makes it contest a DC 10 Strength save, otherwise it's knocked prone. And not only was it, like, it fell back. Like, it had a +5 to strength. All I had to do was roll a 5, and it would have succeeded that, but because it automatically failed. And then, yeah, it was just everyone sort of, like, dogpiling on this thing. Zash kept using Stunning Strike. And, yeah, dead in a matter of seconds.
We didn't even get to use my spirit guardians.
No, yeah, there was like, it... No other zombies or anything heard it, because you guys kept it in the sphere of silence, so like nobody was the wiser. Smith cast.
I was just waiting for a whole bunch of the zombies. I was just gonna tidal wave them all.
Yeah, oh my god, that would have been hilarious.
Awesome.
So yeah, that was that. Oh boy. Yeah, it was. I'm always proud of you guys for beating my puzzles. All right. So are you guys all good on your characters?
I'm good. I don't know about the others.
Okay. So we're good on Zash. Smith, are you good?
Yep.
Cool. Did you get a new spell?
Banishment and counterspell.
So you already leveled me up and everything just to be on the safe side because you weren't sure what.
Right, I did. Like I said, if you want, and you're free to do it, you can pick new spells. Like I said, you can pick a new 4th level spell. So
Is there a list that says the 4th levels I can choose, or?
Those are the only 4th level spells that you have available to you. The Aura of Life, Aura of Purity,
Right,
Banishment.
So I change it if I want later.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. There's like the only other ones I was really thinking that might appeal to you, there is divination, your magic and an offering of at least 25 gold puts you in contact with your god or a god's servant. You ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days, and I have to offer a truthful reply. It can either be a short phrase, a cryptic rhyme, or an omen. It does not take into account possible circumstances that could change the outcome, such as the casting of additional spells or the loss or gain of a companion. And if you cast it more than 2 times before finishing your long rest, there's a cumulative 25% chance for each casting that I will give you a random reading.
Okay.
And then Guardian of Faith it lasts for 8 hours. A large spectral guardian appears and hovers for the duration in an unoccupied space within 30 feet. It occupies that space and is indistinct except for a gleaming sword and shield emblazoned with the symbol of your god. Any creature hostile to you that moves to a space within 10 feet of the Guardian for the first time on a turn must succeed a dex save. The creature takes 20 radiant damage on a failed save, 10 on a success, and it vanishes when it has dealt a total of 60 points of damage.
Ooh, that was Guardian of Faith?
Yes.
Hmm.
Do you want that instead of banishment?
Yeah, I like that better.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, your spells are yours to choose. All right, so Albina seems good. Tony?
I'm good. Sorry
Okay.
for the dog.
Cephtus?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, Stacy?
I lost my spell, and I wanted to make sure it was still there.
What
So
spell?
there, healing spirit. It's there now.
Okay.
I thought I could get rid of healing word. I was looking at my list, and I was like, but healing word came from that feat. Magic
Yes. Magic initiate. Okay.
So I
So,
can't swap that one out.
and I'm cool with this. Here's the only thing that I want to vitally remind you from the very beginning that we started running this campaign, from the session, what was it, like negative 0.5 or something like that. Healing Spirit is a spell that I only allow cast during combat.
Oh no, I was gonna ask that.
Yes.
I just presumed I could do it directly after combat and heal everyone.
That is the exact reason why even the creators of D&D do not like that spell because of what it is. So, that specific spell can only be cast in combat.
Not directly after combat? Like, I
No.
don't need to do it in the middle of a fight.
No.
Taking a walk, I guess.
So, here it is. Spell tweaks. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. So, Healing Spirit can only be cast in combat and ends once combat is over. I'm not dealing with that shit. Guidance does not stack. Grease is flammable. And the Bless and Bane spells are counted as one spell. It is Bless Bane. So that is those were the 4 that I had outlined. So, again, you can definitely take it. It's just you have to cast it in combat.
Yeah, but if I cast it during combat and then it ends before anybody
The moment the
everyone gets a chance.
the moment the hostile threat is over, the spell is gone.
So people would have to choose to walk through it
During
on
combat.
their turn.
Right.
Do we all like this? Like, if I cast Healing Spirit, you'd have to use its advantage
You
in
can use
combat.
You have bonus actions on your turn where you can move it through people, and then it'll heal them
suppose
as it moves through. The way that the druid in
Yeah.
my Tuesday game used it was when our fighter was taking a lot of damage, he plopped it right down on top of our fighter, just to continuously heal him.
Yeah.
And then if the fighter would move, he
You
would
can
move the
only
spirit
heal
with
one
him.
time.
I
I
think
thought you could only heal them one time.
I think it's a number equal to your wisdom modifier.
Yeah, the spirit can heal
Oh,
a
after
number of
healing.
times.
Oh, I
equal...
thought you could heal one person one time.
No. So
No, okay.
so you
That's
have
better.
yeah.
That's what I
So
was thinking. I was thinking I could drop it on a person, but then I thought it only healed one time.
right. No. So
Saying that it doesn't do
the
constructs.
yeah, you can heal.
Oh,
You can heal the spirit can heal a number of times equal to 1 plus your spellcasting mod, which your spellcasting mod is 2, so you can heal 3 times. After it has healed 3 times, it disappears. So it can only really be around to give out 3d6 points of healing.
I'll be back in a few minutes. I just gotta go to the restroom.
Yeah, do you think, man?
the better is I don't know. The only other thing I wanted was find traps. But we're not always facing traps. We're always facing damage. So I'll just stick with this and
Okay.
cry about it later when I never use it.
All right. What you eating over there, Hannah?
You hear me eating?
I can.
I heard
It
somebody
sounds like you're
eating.
eating an apple or something.
What? Hold on a second. My mic is turned off.
Fine.
Oh, that's really weird.
Maybe it's using a different mic.
What the heck? It's using my freaking camera. I'm sitting
Oh,
here
there you
crunching in silence. What the heck?
It's all right. It's all good.
I'm eating some
That's what
baked
happened
lays.
to me last session.
Oh my god.
Things turned off. I could hear you, and then you could hear me, and
All right.
that
So,
was a nightmare.
I know we're waiting for Steve to come back, but we'll get a bit of a truck on for this next part. So, as you guys all rest up, you feel empowered, and that, like I said, Tony, that little bracelet almost, it was the same one that was wrapped around the note that was given to you by the little dragon that sort of poofed into your room and became that thing. And after this happens, you guys feel empowered, you feel bolstered, and you sort of take a breath and you realize that, like, you haven't really gotten hurt, but you feel a little bit more powerful and you feel a little bit more resolve. And about an hour has gone by, and Anime tells you that the group of zombies that was sort of hanging around outside of you guys has now lost interest and moved up, and you guys can move out of there. So do you guys just, like I asked before, do you guys just go through the door? Or do you want Anime to scout ahead? Because I kind of need to know that.
I'm always down for scouting first.
Yeah,
and
she
then
can.
going.
Okay.
I mean, so we're really
Or-
close to this tower. I imagine if she senses any anti-magic, she will take care of herself.
Or when in doubt, fireball
Come
out.
back what?
Right, Smith?
That's fucking great.
How big is this tower?
So the tower, from what she can tell, or from what you guys could tell, because you could see it from, pretty much far away. As you're getting closer, you realize it's maybe about 50 feet tall.
Did we ever see that house with the blue roof?
Anime told you where it was, but you guys never went to it.
No. We're rude.
Well,
Maybe
you
we can
guys,
try on the way back.
you guys did say that you might go back there once you have dealt with what you were doing, so you're not entirely rude just yet.
What house?
Not
I'm
yet.
sorry.
It was the house
It
that
hasn't
Aston
fully-
Patz asked you guys to stop at. That was the one that it was his house, the one with the blue roof.
Gotcha.
I just need to know, basically for anime, are you having her just more or less give you an idea of what the next area looks like, or are you sending her over there to investigate the area?
I was wondering about windows or doors. I mean, aside from seeing obvious zombies or other creatures that might attack us. I just don't trust the tower and anti-magic and anime. So
Right. That's why I'm asking. Are you sending her over there, to look at the fly over it and look for more details about the place, or are you simply having her peer over the wall from a distance?
If you don't want to send anime, I could just do my owl. That way, if he gets dispelled, that's fine.
well, are we working with the notion she can sense the anti-magic before it zaps her? Because that's what she did. I mean, the ring didn't look
It's
at
not
her.
so much that she sensed anti-magic. It's kind of the same. It's kind of the same idea of, like, if I have a flamethrower and I put it within a few feet of you, you're gonna know that I have a flamethrower. She felt death coming if she stayed there. So what is the decision there?
Can you hear us, Stacy?
yes, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I want
Sorry.
to. I want to send her. I want to send her cautiously.
Okay, so you are
I don't
sending
want
her
to be
to.
zapped.
All right. So you send her out over the wall as you guys head out there. She tells you that just beyond the door there is there's a grass field that it looks as if at one time there was maybe like hedges that were surrounding this place, and that the tower, like I said, you guys can already see is like about 50 feet tall. She says that there's like some windows on the first and second floor, but there is nothing beyond that. And as she's also saying that she sees, like, there's some like stone features on the actual tower itself. But as she's flying over there, as you guys are watching from the other side of the wall, once she gets to a certain point, you see at the top of the tower, there is a stone pyramid. It's maybe only about 5 foot tall, and it has eyes, like, stone etchings of eyes on either side. And when she is making a pass over, you all notice that the eyes pinpoint her. And they begin to glow a sickly yellow color. And then from somewhere behind the wall, you see roots shoot up into the sky and wrap themselves around Anime. Stacy, I need you to make a strength saving throw for Anime.
Is this a spell?
This is a spell.
How far away are they?
A strength
So
saving throw?
they are, from where you are, they are like, you can't really tell how far away, but I'm going to say from where you guys are that it is at least, like, 40 feet.
Do I have any idea what the spell is?
So what?
You do not, I mean, it is, you can roll me an Arcana check, real quick.
So
but
what do I collect for a
for what?
strength throw? They're the same numbers of mine?
Because anime does not have does not have proficiency with strength saves, yes, she just makes a strength check, which is a d20 minus 2. What did you get, Smith?
14?
You're not 100%, but at least the look of this, you might think that this is a, like, more of a druid spell. But you're not 100%.
What I know what it is? Can I see it?
Yeah,
As a
you can all
druid?
sort of see this happen. So yeah, go ahead and you can roll me an Arcana check with advantage.
Can I not call her back into the orb? Doesn't
not
that...
that is if she takes damage and drops to 0. You do not have time to. You don't have an action. You would have to have something that you could do as a reaction. Nylor.
Oh, what?
So the action for me was I did this thing. If you have a reaction that you can cast, you could cast a reaction to try and stop this, which is what Smith is asking me about, because Smith could cast Counterspell now as a reaction. Nylor, you're not 100%, but you might think that this is, like, this kind of looks like the Earthbind spell.
I'll just mutter that, like, under my breath to the rest of the party.
Okay.
I can't do anything about it, but they might.
So, the thing is, Smith, in order to counter this, you would have to be able to see a creature casting this spell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So did you roll the strength check? Yes.
I did. I just
Okay.
don't understand. I thought using the orb brought her back immediately.
Well,
at
as
all
an
times.
action, yes, you do not have an action in this moment.
Okay.
So, yeah, basically, like I said, you guys see these roots shoot up from the ground, and they wrap around her. And you see that they bind her wings, and they pull her to the ground. Yes, now if you want, you can recall her, if you wish to do that.
That would be a typical reaction.
Okay.
She's so anime.
That's fine. You see a beam of energy shoot out from your companion orb up, sort of like through the cracks in the wall, and then you see that energy return as you can see the form of anime is inside of the companion orb.
That's horrible.
Well, that went well. So,
But we know something's up there and spotted our flying bird.
So did the eye lock onto anime as she was flying up, or did it only see her when she was at a certain height?
She was actually flying away from you guys towards the tower.
Okay. Oh, so she was already up in the sky. Okay.
Also, is our encounter plus not working? Mine just
She
says
might have
game
to zoom.
pause.
Wait. Oh yeah, it says that, but it seems to be.
Okay.
We're
Mine just
not.
say black, so I wasn't sure if I was.
Oh, you might have to zoom out to see where everything is, because you guys
Yeah.
are still on the the huge map, because I'm just about to move you guys over to the other map. So do you push through the door?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
We don't really
Okay.
have anything else to do.
There we go. So now you should have a little bit of a better map there. So,
No.
as you push through the door and you shut it behind you, you turn around to a large field. It's about 100, or actually it's, I think it's, what was that? We got, like 20 feet and then, so it's about 100 or so feet ahead of you before you see the tower. The field in front of you is a dull grass. You can tell that it is live grass, but there is a dullness to it. You also see where on the map I have these hedges. They are not full hedges. They are just roots that you imagine at one time would have been full hedges that stretched up a little bit further. There's a portion right here as you guys are walking through that it is open. So you can imagine at one time maybe there was an archway there. And the centerpiece to this massive courtyard is the Wizard's Tower, smack dab in the center of it. It is a large 20-foot radius, 45-foot tall black stone tower. It's decorated with depictions of heroes and of flowers. There are 2 gargoyles that flank the entrance of the door, and as I said before, at the very top of it is a stone pyramid about 5 foot in height that is adorned with etchings of eyeballs that you saw move the last time that it was sort of awakened. It is now back to its resting phase, and that is really all you guys see at this.
You say it has eyes?
Yeah, they're just like carved into it. But when
how many?
anime, how many what?
Eyes, just 2.
No, there's like multiple eyes on each face of the pyramid. So, and when anime flew close enough, each one of the eyes began to glow with a sickly yellow color, and that's whenever the roots shot up and grabbed her.
Can we see like where the roots are at in the field?
They're right here where these shrubs are on the map.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty. I think knocking is out of the equation. Do you guys have any ideas?
Go
Do we-
home.
Do we see any other living creature in the field besides, or undead creature?
No, there does not seem to be any living or undead creatures.
Are there any windows?
There is windows on there are windows on the main floor, like on the ground floor, and then on the first floor.
Okay. I could try to sneak up and go through a window and open the door.
Yeah, you said the eyes noticed when she got to a certain height, or just a certain distance?
To a certain distance. She was flying away from you guys towards the tower, and at a certain point, they pinpointed their gaze on her, and then she is not currently there.
The only thing, we don't have anything aside from our cloaks that make us slightly invisible. And the
Oh.
cloak doesn't make us invisible. It just
Both Smith and I have Wall of Fire. I could put that up and maybe block the eyes from seeing us.
Aren't the eyes on the door?
They're above the door.
They're above
in the pyramid.
door?
Yeah, so the way that the tower sort of looks is I'll draw it here off to the right. So imagine that is the ground. There is the tower, and that is 50 feet tall. And then at the very top, there is a little pyramid with a bunch of eyes on it. So, and then like I said, there.
Oh,
It's
okay,
clearly a
okay.
piece of pizza.
Yep. And there, from what you
Actually a party hat.
from what you guys can see, there is at least 4 floors to this. The main one is the one that has the door that has the two gargoyles sitting on, flanking the sides of it. And then this floor has a window on either side, and then the floor above has a window on the front side. I mean, it's a little bit smaller than that, so you can imagine somebody small could like squeeze through it. But there are no windows on the 3rd floor or the 4th floor.
Okay.
And how far away are we from the entrance of the tower?
Right now,
About
you
100
guys.
feet.
So if you guys move up to where the hedges are, because I just sort of had you guys up about that far. You are 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 60, 65, 70, about 80 feet.
This is a conundrum.
How many feet approximately away was Anime then?
You
Like,
actually.
how close could she get?
From when you guys walked in, you imagine she was right above where these shrubs roots are.
No, but how many feet away from the
It's like
entrance?
80.
Yeah,
like 80
it's the distance. It's
Oh.
the distance of the distance from the tower to those shrub roots.
Earlier Nylor kind of identified the spell, right?
Yeah.
Do you know like the range of the spell then?
I'm gonna say that the limited knowledge you have, being that you don't have the spell, would be. Oh wait, actually,
I can get. I don't have the
that's
spell prepared,
true.
but I
That's
can.
true. You can prepare. You're basically like a cleric. Yeah, you know what, roll me an Arcana check. I'll set the DC super low. Basically, it's like, if you've never even experienced this, or, if you have at least some general knowledge. Ooh.
Wah wah.
I
Can
said
I
it
go
low.
ahead and I'll
Not
go.
that low.
Should I
I'll let you
burn
roll with
a cosmic-
advantage. No, I'll let
Can
you
I-
roll with
okay.
advantage. Wow. No. Yeah. I mean, if you
Wow.
want to burn your Cosmic Omen, you are more than welcome to.
No, I don't think it's worth.
But yeah, I would say probably not.
Okay.
Probably 30, 60 feet.
Does anybody
So wait,
have
This is
like
the tower
any
we're
concealment?
trying to get into?
This is the Wizard's Tower, yes.
No, aside from our like cloaks, I don't know how well they cloak us. I'm imagining this
There's nothing
noticed
to hide behind,
movement.
So...
No,
This
they, yeah,
crawl
you.
on the
Explain to
ground.
me what my guardian, like hypothetically, I throw my guardian of faith. How I have to throw? It's within 30 feet of me, or just any?
It's within 15. Or wait, your spirit guardians or your guardian of faith?
Guardian of faith.
Guardian of faith is you can pop it within 30 feet of you, and any hostile creature, or any creature that's hostile to you that gets within 10 feet of it, for the first time on a turn, must make a dex save. Otherwise, it takes 20 points of radiant damage, 10 on a success, and it disappears after 20 points of damage have been dealt.
And we know nothing about that spell, the spell that shot up a bunch of
Not enough.
vines or
Not enough to
whatever.
know exactly what it is, what it do, what its range, or what caused it to happen.
Hey Hannah, what's the range on blind?
Wait, the range on blindness, deafness?
Yeah.
This says
30 feet.
That's not a
So
question. I mean,
I don't have it prepared, but I can theoretically
see.
get fog
Good.
cloud.
How big is that? Is that like 30 feet?
20-foot radius.
Can you do that? I mean, it might be.
I don't have it
okay to
prepared.
Oh, so you can. Okay. Well, I don't really know what to do since we don't really have anything other than just like kind of walk up.
I'm
and,
assuming
like, have to deal with the vines.
this is probably, like, I don't know if this is metagame, and Lucas, you can stop me if it is. I'm assuming the pyramid seeing the bird cast entangle on the bird. I don't think it's gonna cast entangle on us. 'cause we're not flying.
Everyone, roll me a history check.
My assumption would be like once you get in range of it, it can
Cast probably.
wow,
Oh my
it's low.
god. Well, Smith got a nat 20.
Well, I failed
Oh,
that.
thank goodness.
Smith.
I got yeah.
Let's see what Cephas gets. Nice. Smith. You remember back to the trials of Methantir. You're looking at this stone pyramid at the top of it, and it seems vaguely familiar to the one that you guys had to deal with in the trials that would shoot blasts out at flying creatures.
Oh, so it won't attack us if we just walk up?
Yeah, I was wondering that. I couldn't remember. It's just guarding over flying.
I mean, I could always wild
Okay,
companion
but-
something that's not a flying creature, like a wolf or something, and see what happens to the wolf.
Well,
I can just walk
I have a
up and get ready to boots of swiftness and bolt if I need to.
Okay. If you do
I think
that,
it's a little better than burning a
I'm gonna
spell
give you.
slot.
I'll give you guidance.
Okay.
oh. Anime
What's
can
up?
also cast minor illusion.
Mhm.
Could I make an illusion of a ground creature and see if it? Well, can I do that like a creature?
I mean, you can make
I
an
can only
image
cast
of a
it, like, one
creature.
time.
You can make an image of a creature.
Well, that's what I was wondering if it would detect something that looks, or if it was movement based. If it just sits there, it's not gonna do it.
So what are you guys doing?
Like a good idea.
I say we just
That,
storm the
Stacey?
castle.
Kind of agreeing with
Storm
Steve.
the castle.
Let's do it.
Just get going.
Onwards.
So imagine
Alright.
like
Oh, with a vine.
Smith Cephas is like
Chop-
standing
chop
there
you
just
out.
like, like prepped in his wanting to beat shit up, and
Right, yeah.
Smith's just like gripping the staff.
I hear
Yeah.
Smith say storm the castle, so I start going forward.
All right. Who all
We
moves
should-
up?
I
What-
follow.
Do
I'm not
we-
moving.
I guess we're all going.
No.
Yeah, send it.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
I'll lag
So-
behind a little bit.
So
I'm
so
not
far
moving.
I
I'm gonna
have.
stand back.
Okay. So far these are the three that I have moving.
I'm gonna
up.
be behind them, but
Okay.
I'm moving forward, but just
Yes.
like 5 feet behind.
Okay, and then
If they
Smith.
didn't get caught, Albina, you're gonna be sitting here by yourself. I mean, you can come save us later.
So are you running up with them, Iluna?
If they didn't get trapped, we have to do something. We can't stand here forever.
Sure. So my question is, do you have anime out right now?
Oh. I guess I would have like popped her out to see if she seemed healed.
She never
I
took
mean, she seems
damage.
okay.
She never took damage. She was just restrained and pulled to the earth.
Shoot. No, we're heading to this horrifying castle.
Okay, so are you keeping her in the orb?
For now.
Okay. So, and Albina, you are staying by the hedgerow, correct? Hannah?
You can't hear me?
No, I did not hear you.
Oh, yes, I'm staying by the edges.
Alrighty then. So, as you guys move forward, you get to about here.
I said I was lagging behind a little bit.
Yeah, okay, how far back did you want to be?
Albina staying back?
Yes.
I want to be within fireball range, but that's pretty far, so...
Yeah, fireball, big bell.
I don't know, 120 feet away? No, up to 60 feet back.
Off the map.
Oh, okay,
That's
okay.
that's
so
very far away.
So that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, so putting you 60 would put you right about here. Okay. So, you guys all, and just charge forward. Smith and Albina.
Cloak up.
Yeah, you throw your cloak up. So as soon as this happens, Smith and Albina from back here, you see some
from back where?
From back where you are. From back where you are. You
okay.
see the ground around your allies begin to shift around this area and around here.
I'll yell for them to fall back.
Before you get a chance to do that, you see from all around them pop up tiny earth elementals.
Oh, not elementals.
And as soon as they do, they all take a hit at the party. So that is going to be... That's a miss on Cephas. That is a hit on Nylor. How does Nylor have a 19 AC?
Are we supposed to be seeing these rolls that you're rolling?
Is it not showing you guys them?
It hasn't been showing all session.
Oh,
all night.
Let me see if you guys see this.
Okay, yeah, we see that.
My apologies. That is my bad. I had it on... Oh, you know what? I took it off of public because I was doing some tests last night. Sorry. That is on me. So yeah, we'll say that first one was a miss because I rolled a 7
I don't care.
against Cephas.
I believe you.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, the first one missed. The second one was a 20. It was a soft 20, so that would have hit Nylor, and Nylor is getting hit. Oh God. Okay, Nylor is getting really hit. This one is going against Iluna, which that hits. This one against Iggy, which...
I think that meets.
That meets? Yeah, 14.
No, 14. Yeah, he's...
Okay.
Oh, well, no, it hits because flanking, right?
Yeah. Yep,
Yeah.
they are currently... Well, actually, no. I'm not going to give it flanking because they're all... The only one that would have even got flanking was the ones going after Nylor, because they were... It's only if they're all focused on the same...
Okay.
And then yeah, this last one going at Zash. That hits. So Cephas avoids the damage entirely. Nylor is going to take. That is going to be 9. That's going to be 13 points of bludgeoning damage. Iluna, you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage. Iggy takes 5 points of bludgeoning damage. And Zash, you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Is that
And
6 the attack on me?
Oh, I'm sorry, it was. My bad. You don't take anything.
Oh, okay.
My bad.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. No, you're good. I thought it was 16 when I first looked at it. I thought it beat it. And as soon as this happens, you guys see these things begin to burrow down into the ground. You all can get an opportunity attack against one of them.
Okay.
So, we will just start in the top left. Cephas, if you would like to do an opportunity attack, you can. You're not required to, but you can.
Not rolling good tonight.
Did you roll?
Yeah, did not come through.
It did
It's
not.
lagging a little bit. Yeah.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you get?
It's 16.
There it goes. Cool, got it.
Oh, I see it.
Add these guys to initiative just so I can access some hit points. Go ahead and roll your damage. And remember, that's if that's your volcanic greatsword, remember to add an extra 2d6 to that.
Yep, doing it now.
Okay. So, you slash down at this thing, the flames just sort of flicker off of it as if they have done little to nothing, and the slash of your sword sort of clanks off of their earthen, stony body. You definitely made contact, but you feel like it did not do as much damage as you would have liked. Nylor. That hits.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it says 1d6 or 1d8. I don't what.
So that means if you are
two-handing it,
right, so 1d8. Being that you don't, do you carry a shield?
I do. I have a shield
Okay.
+1.
So then it's 1d6 because you're holding your staff or your scepter with one hand.
Okay.
Okay, and that's right. That was the magic one, and that is bludgeoning damage, correct?
Yes.
Cool. Okay.
And you said the damage on us was bludgeoning. It was no magical effect.
No magical, nothing. It was just straight bludgeoning. All right. We'll go Iluna.
Oh, I suppose these things are too close for my bow.
Yeah, you can't do an opportunity attack with a ranged weapon unless you have a crossbow and you have crossbow expert. Yeah. So you could attack with your dagger or your short sword.
Short sword.
Okay.
Did it go through?
It is
18.
18? Okay, that hits. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Why are you so slow? 8.
Right. And that is piercing damage. All right. Iggy is going to hit with his quarterstaff. That's a 16 to hit. He takes that amount. Oh yeah, there's the damage come through. All right, and Zash.
That is a 15 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
Okay. 15 damage.
Would that be Sentinel?
Yes, it would be.
Uh-huh. All right. And that was slashing, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Mine?
Yes.
It's a combination of that and lightning.
That and
Because
lightning.
because of my gauntlets.
Okay, so what is the damage for your slashing only?
Oh shit. 8 plus 4, so 12.
Okay. And so you hit this thing. Kind of the same with Seftis. You know, your claws dig in, but they can't really get a good grasp because this thing is just completely made of stone. But the lightning just sort of like goes across it, almost grounds on this thing,
Okay.
and it tries to dig, but you know that your sentinel ability stops it. But the other ones have all disappeared underground, leaving a small earthen tomb where they were. As this all happened, in these few seconds, Smith and Albina, from where you guys are back there, you see, these creatures rise up out of the ground, and then they start to burrow, and your friends are attacking them. While this is going on, you see the gargoyles that are flanking the door, their wings unfurl, and they stretch, and they look down at all of you, and they take flight. Everyone roll initiative.
Gargoyles. We're not even
Wait,
inside.
me, all of us, you said?
Everyone roll initiative.
Oh, I didn't even get to do my.
You know what? I'll give Smith and Albina the ability to cast one thing that will happen at the start of at the start of initiative. Just because you guys, weren't caught up in the frenzy.
Okay, I wanted to cast my Spirit Guardian.
Okay. Go ahead and make sure you roll, or did you roll initiative and it's just not popping up, Hannah?
Oh, I didn't roll. Sorry. Oh.
Oh, nice. All right, Spirit Guardians is 15 feet. What does that button do? Oh, that's just damage. What does that button do? That's a condition. Jesus Christ. Sound like a child. What did that button do? All right. We're gonna make it. What color do you want it, Hannah?
Purple, whatever. That's different from everyone else, so it's not confusing.
Purple.
Usually do it red. Whatever works.
Okay, I'll do red. And that's gonna be 15, and that is Spirit Guardians. Why did that not take effect? Because this thing is a poop sometimes. And Smith, what would you like to do? I'm going to say that this is as they have burrowed down into the dirt. This is when you get that. Because like that, it was like a flurry that you really did not have, enough time to use a full action.
Can I use like a chromatic orb on the one that he sentineled?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Should I go ahead and roll that now, or?
Yeah, go ahead. Like I said, we're starting initiative. Oh shit, I never added gargoyles. There we go. And don't know why that's... It's weird that it's only showing those on there. Oh well. Stop. And... Oh, wait. Son of a bitch, that's why.
Hmm.
I love that I can add monsters to the map and they're invisible. I hate that I can't add enemies, or I love that I can add enemies to the map and they're invisible, but I wish I could add players and they were visible. All right, so that is going to be
Real
a
quick, Lucas, can you tell me what Iggy's HP is right now?
Iggy's HP right now is 24 because I have to. You know what? Actually, for right now, because I'm gonna have to change it later, just make it 28.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, maximum of 28. So it's maximum 28. He only has 19. So sorry if I told you two different things. And yeah, so
Does
Smith,
H-
you got a 12.
does
Unfortunately,
HP go
that
up
misses.
for
Do I still have bless? What does bless do again?
No,
Gives
you don't have bless
D4,
anymore.
Yeah,
but
bless
It
would.
only
Yeah,
lasts a
bless.
minute.
Yep. What question did you have,
does
Stacy?
anime's HP go up since leveling up?
No,
Or is that
because we only just did
automatically?
that today, so that's going to have to take effect for next time. I'm going to have to go through, you know,
Well, I was just asking if it just normally does. I wasn't 100% sure.
I don't
Because I know
believe
she's
so.
like tied to Iluna, but I don't know if it,
Unless it is,
what.
because on there it's showing 28, and on mine it's showing 24. So possibly it did go up.
Because I know, I'm fairly certain her stats are tied to Iluna's stats, but I don't know what changed. So it may have already gone up.
Yeah,
To get anime out, that would be an action for me,
correct.
not a bonus action. A full action.
Full action.
So,
You're essentially casting a conjuration spell when you do that. That's kind of like the core mechanic. All right. So yeah, unfortunately, Smith, that does miss. But we are going to go to Albina at the top of the order.
You can never go first. Just run up to Smith. I guess I can. Oh, I can't move myself. Just why can't I move? Move right there, and I don't see any kind of creatures or anything right now. Is that
No, just where they popped up, you just see like loose dirt. You know, they popped up, they attacked, and then they dipped back down.
Oh, is this like a sphere, like reaching underground? These spirit
Uh,
guardians.
They are in total cover, so that does not take effect.
Gotcha. I don't think I'm gonna do anything. Sorry, guys. I want to save my spell slots a little. My movement 30 feet.
Yep.
You know what? I'll just move my full 30 feet.
Okay.
I'll move up here.
Right. Okay. So is that all you're doing?
Yeah, because I'm not. I don't want to. I guess I could. I'm sorry. This thing, the color schemes throw me off when I look at my. Um, I'm gonna have my dancing rapier out.
Okay.
Do I have to roll to get that out now?
No, you just use your bonus action to speak the command word and it just pops up.
Sounds good. And I'll just
Where do you want it?
right between that little spot between Nylor and Iluna. Oh, that's nice and big.
That is far bigger than I expected. Jesus. Change that down to 1 by 1. And where did you want it? Between Nylor.
Oh, I can't move it. Right below Nylor and Iluna, I think is good.
So right there. Cool. All right. Cephtus. You can see that there's the one that Zash had stopped is still up in the, above ground.
Okay. You said those gargoyles, so they're flying in the air.
They are. They have taken flight. They have not moved yet. They haven't, had a chance to move towards you.
So if I was to run towards them, I'd be able to attack them, or I wouldn't be able to reach them.
You would not be able to reach them. They are about 15 feet up off the ground.
All right. Oh, can't with my character again just a second.
Yep.
All right. So I'll go around here, and I guess I'll be raging as well. Might as well turn that on.
Okay.
I will swing away.
Yogi, you swing. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Yeah, just refreshing again.
Yep.
DW keeps crashing for me for some reason.
It was acting up the other day.
There we go. Ah, crap.
Actually, that would hit because you are getting the flanking bonus from both Iggy and Zash.
Oh, nice. Damage. And 2d6. And second attack. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, that's I mean, you're going to murder this thing, so why don't you just describe your kill?
Murdered an elemental.
Yeah, it's elemental. I don't know. I guess he just stands over him and just in fits of rage, just keeps swinging and hacking away until it literally just explodes into, I guess, something out of rock or something.
Yeah. He falls apart into a pile of debris, which might on the map look like blood and bones, but is actually just like the liquefied oil that you've created, as well as the bits and pieces of rocks that are left.
Nice.
All right. So while you moved over there, Smith, from behind you, one of the earth elementals pops up and attacks you. I believe an 8 misses, and it goes to burrow in the ground. You get an opportunity attack if you would like to take it.
And nothing happens to it with my spirit guardians yet, correct? Because it's not
Yeah, you
its
do.
turn.
Yeah, it does. What is that? When it enters the first time on its turn, let's make a wisdom save. What is your DC? 14. Yeah, it succeeds it. So go ahead and roll the 3d8. And Smith, are you taking the opportunity attack?
No.
Okay. Let me know what you get, Albina, for the 3d8. Okay.
Oops, I completely rolled the wrong one.
It's all good.
But should I
Oh.
roll?
Yeah, make sure.
There
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
It's right above it. I was like, click.
Oh.
So it is going to take half of that. So you see that your little guardians flit down and start, pecking and prodding at this thing. And it sort of bolsters itself against the attacks and then burrows down and out of sight.
Nice.
And Albina, it's actually as that is happening, one pops up behind you, and you are... it misses. And you get an opportunity attack, and also you can roll that 3d8 again, because it failed. So again, you get the opportunity of an opportunity attack. You do not have to take it if you don't want to. Actually, I'm going to say that even before you can get your opportunity attack, the Spirit Guardians demolish that thing. As soon as it pops up right behind you and goes to take a swipe, they all swarm at it. This one is popping up behind Iluna, taking an attack at her, which I believe a 10 misses, and it is dipping back into the ground. So Iluna, Albina, and Iggy all have opportunity attacks if you would wish to make them. And also, yes, roll the 3d8.
Did we already get all our reactions back? Isn't that?
Oh, that's right. No, that's right. I'm sorry. Good call. Appreciate it.
What?
That's right. Nope.
The Spirit Guardians
Tony's keeping honest.
for it.
Spirit Guardians.
The only one who should get it is Albina.
Right, because Albina did not use her opportunity attack as a reaction. So Albina, you get the opportunity attack against the one that came up and tried to hit Iluna. If you want to take it, you are not required.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna let the Spirit Guardians take over.
Okay. All right. And then that one disappears under the ground. One pops up behind Nylor. Jesus, that's a miss. And then it dips back down. And then one pops up behind Cephtus.
That one that attempted to hit me would get hit by the Spirit Guardians too.
Good call. Go ahead and roll that 3d8, Hannah. Okay. It did not die. It did burrow back down underground.
Okay.
And this one is attacking Cephtus. That is a miss. And I believe Cephtus's aura might take effect here. Creatures that start their turn... no, that start their turn within the aura. Okay. All right. And then he dips down below the ground. It is Iggy's turn. JJ, what do you want Iggy to shoot at?
So I'm sorry. Have the gargoyles like detached, and are they
have
bombing?
They are flying towards you at the moment. They just have not reached you.
How far are they?
From Iggy, they are 35 feet, and I said they are 15 feet up, so fuck Pythagorean theorem.
Right.
35
Basically,
feet.
my question, are they close enough for a firebolt?
For a firebolt?
Yeah, I don't know what the...
Yeah, that's 120 feet. Yeah.
Oh, then yeah, he'll just firebolt one of them shitheads.
Okay.
Just for argument's sake, let's say the right one.
Alright, that's a nat 20 for Iggy.
Hell yeah.
So that's going to, well, that one kind of sucked, but that's still going to be 11 points. That's still going to be 11 points of damage.
Is there a crit on this? No.
Remember, Lucas, I gave you inspiration earlier, so you can use it.
I can use that, to add to them. You know what? Here, for shits and giggles,
roll on the wild magic table.
He's not a sorcerer.
No.
It doesn't matter. He's a wizard. He cast a spell and it was a nat 20. That's what Critical Role does.
Okay.
No, that was
That's
when
'cause
they
Matt
were
Mercer's
in
a maniac.
magically unstable zone.
It's all the same thing.
Oh
Are
yeah,
saying
you got.
this. Are you saying this necromancer's mansion and all the undead isn't unstable?
It's
Yes.
terrible.
It is definitely something. I will add a d6 to that, which was a 2, so that'll take it up to 13 because I will take into account the inspiration that I received as a d6, as I would for you guys. All right. So with that, the gargoyles fly down and they are going to get right over top of Cephas, and each one of them is going to attack. That is
So
a
their
miss.
flying doesn't trigger the eyes.
No, it does not.
Weird, huh?
It's almost as if they're not living creatures.
Almost.
Almost.
I'm starting to. pay
Um,
attention to
Anime's
what's
not
down
a
here.
living creature either, though.
I can make her dead if you want. I can really make her not living.
I just like
And dead.
she's only like part living in the same fashion that
It's
these gargoyles are running around by
There's
magic.
a vast
Yeah.
difference between a conjured animal and an animated like object. And
Okay.
also,
And also
as the crafter of this encounter, the gargoyles do not proc the flying creature. Because that would not make sense for a
I was waiting.
Yeah, that would not make sense
I
for
was
like,
like,
you know,
it
a
doesn't make
high-powered
sense.
mage. For a high-powered mage to be like, I'm gonna put a thing up here that stops things from
No,
flying,
I know.
and I'm gonna put flying creatures in here that are gonna protect me, and I'm gonna make them susceptible to my own trap. Siftis, you
then
are going
that
to
means
take 6 points of slashing damage, and that is already halved due to your resistance.
Alrighty.
As they fly down, they land on you, they begin biting and scratching, and as soon as they realize that they're not doing too much to you, they let go and they fly off, and unfortunately, you're not able to hit them.
Did
Okay, I'll
the
take it.
one on
I
the
was-
left of him that was
Oh.
by me, did that hit him? Did it
Uh,
attack him?
It did attack him.
That triggers my sentinel.
Okay. Go ahead. Well, wait. Does your... A creature... Disengage.
Oh, are you wondering if disengage stops it? 'Cause
Nope.
I don't think it does.
Disengage, Sentinel ignores disengage, but...
Right.
I actually don't know this rolling.
Don't you need a reaction?
What?
Don't you need a reaction for Sentinel?
That is, well, it is a reaction. The Sentinel attack is a reaction. So that would not have procced. Shit.
It doesn't. Yeah, because it doesn't matter. Zash already used his reaction,
Right.
and it's not his turn yet. So
Oh, it has. Oh, I thought it had. Never mind then.
Yep. Yeah, I was down
I thought it had gone around once already.
So I will say, as you watch these things fly down, attack Cephas, and fly back, you feel that even with your own speed, you would not have been able to hit these things. That they appear to be moving almost as fast as Anime does when she attacks creatures.
super fast. No, I was just commenting that it seemed an interesting sort of magic going on.
Yeah.
Some flying creatures, not all flying creatures.
Yeah. Like I said, it would be
I don't know.
Be kind of crazy
Well,
for
part of-
a wizard to make his own security team susceptible
Yes,
to his own
I
traps.
know. I was noting that it seemed to go after a flying creature.
Mhm.
Anyhow,
All right,
I was
Zash.
also
Oh, yeah.
contemplating letting Iluna go or letting Anime leave as we get closer and
Yep, well,
closer to this.
Well, we will
That's
get
why I
to.
was
We will get to if you want to
on
make
my
that
mind.
decision on your turn. Zash, it is your turn.
Okay, so there's shit. They're flying, right? The gargoyles.
They are. They have returned to their well, this one actually would have been a little bit closer. They are back 15 feet up into the air.
Okay.
By the way, can I just say, Liquid Death t-shirts are fucking comfortable as shit. They're super soft. Keep looking at it in my camera, and I keep seeing LD, and I'm like, Lucas Daniel, that's my name.
That's that's exactly.
All right.
Wondering what that was.
Yep, Liquid Death. I got. Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Hydrate
that's
or
what you're
die.
drinking.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
Mm.
drinking the
logo
sparkling
is on the
version
back.
of it. It's like the spicy version of
Ooh.
water.
Ooh,
Spicy water.
I need to get that. Where'd you get that? Amazon.
No, I just bought this at the gas station by my house. They were out of the regular stuff.
Oh.
I normally stop there before I come home, and I grab 2 of them, but they were out of the regular one, so I tried sparkling. I'm not a huge fan of sparkling water.
Sparkling water.
What do you do? What choice are you making,
I
Zash?
hate sparkling water.
I think I'm just gonna move up and try to open the door.
Okay.
So I'm like totally ready to fall through the pit trap right now.
You open the door, and just give me 1 second. I know I moved you from there. I'm just going to move you to a different map for just a moment because I made the terrible choice of putting these things on 2 separate maps when after I realized what I could have done, I felt like a dipshit. But what you see when you open it is, hopefully this works and I don't fuck anything up.
I am on the edge of.
Hold on. Gotta turn on line of sight. I did fuck that up. There we go. There you are. You see into a room. As you open up the door, you look into a room. There's a carpet that covers a main part of it. There is 2 bookcases off to the left. Right next to that, there seems to be a hatch in the ground. There is a spiral wooden staircase on the far side of you. And on the right-hand side, you see an old fireplace that is cold with time as well as an empty table.
Okay. I'm just gonna hold the door open and call for everyone. Hurry up, run in, let's go.
Okay.
And can I? Oh shit! I don't
Nope.
remember how much movement I used.
35.
Okay, and can I hold the rest of my movement to follow them in if everybody manages to get in, which I don't think they will be able to.
Yeah, I don't mind that. You were right there. I believe Smith was right there. That's the problem of hitting move party instead of move creature.
I think
But
Septus was there.
Yeah, he was right there. All right. So we will say that you get there. You are holding the door, and you can. You're basically gonna move in there if everybody gets in.
Hold the door.
Hold the door. Nylor.
I'm gonna cast Aura of Vitality.
Oh, interesting. Okay. How big is that? 30 feet?
30 feet, yeah.
Would you like to pick a
And-
color?
Celestial Blue.
Oh, bro. Say no more.
Do you have something with like stars in it? 'Cause that'd
I
be
don't.
even
I
better.
don't. That'd be fucking cooler, but I just have like a really nice, pretty, like sky blue. So that's what I was kind of thinking. Vitality, and that is 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big old area. Yeah. All right. So yeah,
Bitch.
healing
I don't
area.
see it.
You don't see it?
I don't see it. Does
Does
anyone
anyone
else
else
see it?
see it?
Hold on, let me
don't see it.
reload. Let me
Oh,
reload because. All right. Oh my God! There's no
Okay.
way it's that far.
yeah, 30 feet. A 30 within a 30-foot radius. Yep.
That's insane.
It
Okay.
moves with you and is centered on you, and you can heal people with a bonus action.
Okay. That.
That
Nice.
is sick.
Whoa.
So I'm gonna. Oh, it. Oh, cool! It already moves with me. That's awesome.
Yeah, baby.
I'm gonna move. Sorry, Smith. I'm gonna move right there, and then I'm gonna use my bonus action to activate it to heal myself because I
Okay.
took a lot of damage last turn.
Yep, so you can do that, but as you are running, you get to here, and as you do, you see a small earthen creature pop up underground and goes to swipe at you.
They get attacks of opportunity being underground.
They have
That's
tremor
crazy.
sense,
Oh, that's cool.
My
Oh,
spirit
that
guardian
makes
pops its
sense.
arm off.
but it misses because you have a fucking stupid high AC.
Okay.
So you're free to move back to where you were.
Right there.
Plus
Okay,
one
and,
shield plus a breastplate.
Yeah, that's
okay.
crazy.
I get to chop that arm off out of the ground.
What's that?
My
Yeah, because it would be on the first time in a. Yeah, it'd be on the first time.
Oh, so it's the same creature. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I
Okay,
thought it was a
I'm
different
done.
creature completely. Okay.
Iluna.
So previously, we had discussed whether the orb would protect anime from anti-magic,
Uh,
and I don't remember.
the orbs are magic. So a field of anti-magic would undo the orb.
Okay, all of our orbs.
Correct. So the orbs are magic items, and magic items just don't function in a field of anti-magic.
God. Yeah. And if she came out now, she would be flying in the unsafe zone. Right?
Yes.
That's what I was trying to ask before, like where
As
that
long as she is not
landscape.
flying, like if you summon her and she's sitting on your shoulder, or using
Yeah.
using her walk speed, like if she is hopping along the ground, she has a 10-foot.
Walk
She does have a
walk
10-foot
around.
walking speed. As long as she does not take flight, you would assume that it would not proc.
And it ends where? At this row of hedges?
You can make that assumption.
Well, I thought that's what we were asking before. Where
You
where
weren't there
was
to
she
see
when-
it. You weren't there to see it, so you can only make the assumption of that's where it was.
Well, she would know.
She would
Where
know, but
she
she's in an
was.
orb, and time has stopped for her.
No. I know. I mean, if I let her out, she would be able to tell me.
Sure. But shh. as far as you know, she might only be able to tell you, I was flying and I was sucked to the ground by those vines. So what you doing?
Yeah, I kind of mostly just don't want to bring her in.
Okay. Then, I mean, you have other spells and abilities that you can use.
No, I mean, I want to let her out so she can.
Okay.
I don't know.
Are you using your action to call her forth from the orb?
Because I don't know what other options. Also, all of our animals are in danger if they get near to that anti-magic.
Yes.
And they will fall out of their orbs.
Yes. An anime could potentially poof.
Yeah. The rest of them don't have very high AC. I guess I wanna let her out so she can leave if she needs to.
Okay. Is she on the ground or on your shoulder?
Oh, on my shoulder for now.
Okay. And what are you doing as a bonus action, if anything?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I
mean-
can't walk. Can I move?
I mean, you can
I
move,
kind of
yeah.
just. I don't know. She seems like she's in a lot of trouble right now, and we're all in a lot of trouble.
I mean, I've basically already given you the idea that she's only in trouble if she takes off and flies.
Yes, but she needs to not go in the tower and not be on the ground, because then she'll be fighting some kind of elemental.
Okay. So what are you doing? I gave you 30 seconds.
I don't know, throwing the orb because there's no option. I want her to be able to leave. So she's on my shoulder, and I don't know what my bonus action choices are.
You could cast any one of your spells. You could have her attack or do something, but I need a decision. Otherwise, you're gonna take the dodge action.
I wanted to get inside, but I want her to be able to walk away. So she's out,
Yes.
and she can't walk away unless she's on the ground.
Right.
Uh,
So are you running with her? Like, are you holding her and running towards the tower?
how far? Dash allows you to go twice.
You
as
have already
speed,
used your
right?
action to summon her, and you can't use bonus action to use dash because you're not a monk.
No, I mean just general question for
Yeah,
the
allows you
future.
to double your movement. Realistically, the only thing you could do would be to cast Zephyr Strike to give yourself an additional 30 feet of movement. All right, 10 seconds, and you know what you're doing.
I don't.
Otherwise, you're taking dodge. 5 seconds.
I don't know. I was
All right.
gonna walk up or let her walk away.
Okay.
I'm gonna put her on the ground, I guess, so
Okay.
she can walk away.
She
If she
is
flies away, she's definitely in danger.
sure. She is on the ground.
Well, that's what I was asking. If I ran later, it would give me twice as much movement.
Yes, if you dashed on your next turn.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Alright.
I wanted to. How far can I walk? 30 feet?
30 feet.
35.
Or yeah, 35. So if you want to move 35, you are more than welcome to, but we are otherwise.
No, I wanna walk her 30 feet back,
Okay.
and then she can choose what she needs to do. And
Okay.
I guess that's the end of my turn.
That would be. I mean, you technically have a bonus action, but I don't necessarily know what you want to cast. If you want to do anything as a bonus action, but we will say for right now you have made it there, and anime is able to take flight there. Smith.
My turn.
Yes.
Where did Elena make it?
Yeah, she made it back behind where the roots of the shrubs are spiked up, and you can see that anime is, able to flutter off the ground without being targeted.
Now, who moved and got attacked instantly? Was that Nylor?
That was
That was
Nylor.
Nylor.
Yep.
But that didn't happen to Iluna?
It did.
Did Iluna move?
Actually, Iluna did move from that spot. She ran. You ran straight from here down, right?
I was near Albina.
Oh, that's right. You were. That's right. You were right there. Yeah. So, which way did you go? Did you go on this side of Smith or on this side of Smith? And it is important.
Oh dear Lord.
Left or right?
Here.
Where?
Did it not put a little glow?
No. Like
Left
you can
side,
just
left side.
yeah, left side.
It is the
Yeah.
left side.
Okay,
The left side on the screen.
gotcha. Cool. So this little dude is gonna pop up and attack you as you ran away. That meets it. It beats it. You would have taken 4 points of bludgeoning damage from that one before the little hand pops down, and this one would have popped up. And that one missed. So you only took 4 points as you ran that back that direction. All right, now it is Smith's turn.
Damn. How far is it to Zash? Pretty far. 10, 20. Each
You're like
block 5
probably
feet.
70.
It is 65 feet to the door. So you would, if you wanted to dash, you could get to like the doorstep. Yeah, I thought it was moving you around some things.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. You run up through the field. You make it there, and being that all the motes that are on the ground have already used their reactions, you're able to make it there unabated. And do you have a bonus action that you want to use?
I don't think so. Let me just double check.
You have Misty Step. Misty Step would have allowed you to move 30 feet. Like, you could have teleported 30 feet and then moved, use your dash if you wanted to get into the tower.
No, just leave me there.
Okay. Albina. You got your spirit guardians flitting around you. Sefta's got his volcano aura. Nylor's got his healing aura.
You're muted, Hannah.
Oh.
Oh, thanks. I don't even know how I was talking. I didn't even know how I muted myself. But okay. All right. So I'm gonna move. Wait, now my weapon moves with me as a bonus action. Is that correct?
You can move your You can move your weapon as a bonus action up to 30 feet. So, for example, you have 30 feet of movement, so you could move up to here and use your bonus action to move your sword that far. And then if you wanted to, you could use your action to get into the tower.
Like the idea of moving where you moved me.
Okay.
30 feet. And I'll bring my weapon with me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm gonna go in quite yet.
Okay.
I might just chill right there and let some of the spirit guardians do some work.
Okie dokie. And actually, that is, yeah, it would be Spirit Guardians on a turn or on a creature's turn. I think it's on a turn. On a turn, yes. So that means that this one, go ahead and roll your 3d8. Jesus. Okay, well, that's actually not too bad because he succeeded. But still, that's crazy damage. All right. Your Spirit Guardians are flitting around and they're going after the gargoyle. Cephas, big man.
I guess I'm just going to kind of book it to the castle, I think.
Okay. So you have, I believe, 40 feet of movement. That could get you into there.
Yeah, get me in there.
Okay. I'm going to
work if it touches any of the creatures that it like hurts them, or he has to stand by them.
It is all creatures that start their turn within the aura take damage equal to half of his level, which is 3.5 rounded. It's rounded up, so 4. All right. So, Cephas, you had 10 feet to get into the room. So, from your side, this is what you guys, or this is what you see. You're now in the room. Do you want to do anything once you're in there?
I'm not seeing anything in the room. I just see the same map.
Oh, do you see it now?
Hang on, just refreshing.
Okay.
I see me in a black screen.
You on a black screen?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I saw for
Yeah, no,
Zash
that's
when you
what I
moved him
see
in as
instead
well.
of
Oh,
Bright
for real?
Token.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just gives us Zephyrus as an option or none.
Oh, wait, what? That's...
Ooh,
Oh, there.
Okay, now I can
lovely
see.
rug.
Oh, but
Now
I
do you
can't
guys
see
see
any
it?
of my
Oh.
people.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to do anything. I'm probably just going to admire that rug because it's fabulous.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So there's the
Fabulous.
bookcase, the hatch, the wooden spiral staircase, the cold fireplace, the empty table, and the rug.
Putting it all down in the name of England.
Yeah.
That looks
All right.
Italian. Is that Italian furniture, Lucas?
No, it's water. It's Waterhavian.
Burn that shit down if it is.
Yeah, water deep. All right. So at this point, it is the Earth Mote's turns. And actually, yeah, this
Wait,
one.
did Iggy get to go?
No, Iggy goes after the Earth Motes.
Oh, okay. I just see one Earth Mote and it's dead. That's why I was wondering.
Because
Yeah.
they're hidden.
Yeah.
Even from initiative, though?
Yes, because I have them hidden. So when I hide them, you
Oh,
can't
so it
even
hides
see
their
where they are in
initiative,
initiative.
too? Oh, okay.
One pops up behind you, Iluna.
Jesus
And
fuck.
that is a nat 20. So you are going to take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as this thing pops up out of the ground, wallops you in the ankles. You have an opportunity attack if you want to try and hit this thing as it's burrowing back down.
Is that's the same one? It's not like a new one.
Correct.
Okay.
There has only ever been 6.
Yeah, I guess I'll do an opportunity attack. What?
Okay.
Where are my weapons? Short sword.
Mm-hmm. That definitely hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
I just lost track of which ones have started with my spirit guardians. That's
All right. You crash your short sword off of it, and then it burrows back underground. Albina, 2 pop up right next to you and attack you in tandem. Go ahead and roll your 3d8 because they are both going to be susceptible to that. That's obviously a miss. Does that hit? No. So they both miss, and we're going to roll 2 wisdom saves. Your thing is a 14, so one succeeds. All right, so the one that succeeds is going to be 1. He's going to take 6 points of damage, and the other one that failed is going to take the 18. And so the one is destroyed. The other one dips back into the earth. Either one of you, Nylor or Albina, can make an opportunity attack against it.
Yeah, I might as well.
Okay.
Now for my opportunity attack, I can't use my spiritual.
Correct.
My dancing rapier. Okay.
Right. You would have to use either your Goblin's Bane or you could just fucking punch it.
Gonna unarmed strike it.
I mean, okay.
Oh,
You're...
no. Pull my shoulder.
I mean, that... Yeah, it does miss. Okay.
I mean,
Yep.
I could Cosmic Omen and roll for her to make sure she hits, but I'm not gonna waste on an unarmed strike. Since it's my turn soon, I guess I'll just go ahead and smack it with my staff too.
Okay. Let's see. That hits. Right, and that's bludgeoning damage, correct?
Yep.
You crumble it to dust. And as you
Totally
do...
one whack-a-mole.
Yeah, as you do, you're thinking of that high score that you're getting when all of a sudden your ankle is attacked by a breeze of wind that then disappears as quickly as it appeared.
Someone was trying to steal his tickets.
Yeah. Iggy is going to move up.
Wait, the one that just missed gets hit by
yes.
the Spirit Guardians.
Oh, good call. Good call. Hannah, go ahead and roll your damage. He is going to take half of it. I hate Spirit Guardians so much.
It's such a good spell.
It's such a good spell.
Too.
Have you been halving? Oh well, no. I guess it wouldn't matter because they're underground. Never mind.
What's that?
Because when they're in spiritual guardians, don't they get half movement too?
Right, because it's the aura.
Slowed.
Right, the aura does not extend into the earth.
Right.
What was that 19?
Nice.
Oh. Yeah, really good.
All right, I guess he's dead. All right. Iggy is going to run up, so that's going to be 5, 15, 20, or yeah, we'll say 20, 25, 30. And when he gets there, would you like him to attack?
I might as well.
Okay.
Can he go towards the same one that he shot earlier?
Yeah, he can go for number 2 again.
Just try to keep it all on the same guy if necessary.
Same firebolt.
Yeah, he's almost in, so.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna hit. Not a crit, but not... Oh, wait, actually... You guys are... Oh, shoot! Oh, holy fuck. Okay. I have to adjust something from last time. So that's gonna be 3. I just realized, since you and I had made that roll that Iggy's level is one less of yours.
Oh,
And
we didn't level him up, did we?
I mean, I'm going to level him up, but he would be level 6, which means he is dealing 2d10 damage. So I had to account for that for his last attack, which was a crit, so that automatically dealt an extra 13 points to that one. So yeah, there we go. Iggy is a little bit more powerful. All right.
Sweet.
So Iggy is right there. The gargoyles, this one is going down to attack Albina because it does not like those fucking spirit guardians. That's a miss, and that is a hit. Albina, you're going to take 4 points of damage as he flies. I gotta move that for a second. As he flies down and then flies away. But he, yes, spiritual guardians do take effect. So go ahead and roll the 3d8.
And his movement speed is halved while in those. So can he fly that far away?
Yes, he can.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep, I appreciate you keeping me honest. Yep, 10, and then 10. Yeah, because then he could. I mean, fuck, he could actually get out of Nylor's aura. Go ahead and roll your 3d8, Hannah.
Okay, nice.
Okay. Takes all that. The other one, seeing the spirit guardians like flitting around as they were attacking the other one, this one is going to stay just outside of that range, but is going to pull off a small chunk of its. Well, actually, no, crap. That was the Earth motes that could do that. Fuck. Yeah. You know what? No, this guy is gonna fly in because he's fucking attacking Iggy. Like, Iggy's been just pissing him off. So go ahead and roll for your spirit guardians because he does fail that.
Oh, okay.
Iggy is going to take 3 points of damage. Then we'll see 13 against him. So he is still up.
Is he like cracking?
Yeah, he is falling apart. Like you can see, like, like his wing is, his wings are still there, but like his base is starting to break off. His claws are. So Zash, you are still at the door.
All right. We're gonna do the call back and chuck Matilda at this fucking gargoyle.
Okay. Like it. I like it.
16?
That hits.
16. Yes.
Are you attacking 1 or 2?
2, the one that just attacked Iggy and he's been hitting.
Okay.
That's cocked. 7 damage.
Matilda does her thing and shatters this
Hell yeah.
gargoyle.
That's actually so good.
Nice.
Killing blow with the boomerang. Alright. And I'm just going to hold my movement until everybody gets into the tower.
Gotcha.
And just keep holding the doors open.
Alright, Nylor.
Well, I had a plan, but he kind of just ruined it.
Oh.
I'll run in, and then my bonus action, I'll heal Iggy.
Okay, so go ahead and roll for the Iggy healing.
He needs it.
Sorry, looking for it.
Oh, good. I think it's 2d6.
Yep. Okay, 8.
Okay, so Iggy is.
I think that tops him. It does. Nice.
No, he has 28 HP, so he's at 24 out of 20.
Yeah, he's at 24 now. So, all right, and you were right there, correct?
24.
Yeah.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20. So you could move 10 more feet into there. How far into the building did you want to go? Because you could basically move right up next to Cephas.
Sure, I'll move up right up next to Cephas then.
Okay.
And I am going to hold
Yep.
a Thorn Whip if any enemies come to the door.
Okay. Yeah, you can prepare for Thorn Whip, so you begin to, cast this and waiting for something to move its way into there.
Oh,
Luna.
I just realized I
don't-
accidentally cast my spiritual guardian at the 4th level. So let me fix that and get
Okay.
the 4th level
Yeah.
back.
Adjust your spell slots.
Because I've only been using the 3d8. Okay.
All right, Luna.
So it's an action to take something out and put something in a orb, right?
Like
one
it is
action.
it is a bonus
way.
action. It is a bonus action to recall it. It is a full action to summon it.
Yeah, so this feels like a mistake. I'm just trying to keep I forgot its name. Solnasha alive?
Okay.
I wanted to open and close the orb and get those soul berries out, but that would take up all my action. So
that summoning it would be your action, and I would maybe even argue that to use your bonus action to pick the berries off of there, but that would be a stretch, but I would let that happen.
so I'm gonna give both the rest of the orbs to Anime.
Okay.
And have her go to a safe house.
She asks if you
And
want her to
wait.
go to the Squeaky Hinge Inn or if you want her to go to the house with the blue roof.
I was considering the house with the blue roof because we do aim to go there.
There is a chimney that she saw that she could get down into it.
That's what I was kind of wondering.
Yes.
Yes. As long as she could stay safe. If there's any creatures in there, I don't know.
Yeah.
Stay in the chimney or go to the other house.
Okay. So
just
and we will say
do what she needs to do to keep herself safe.
Yeah.
If worse, she can fly all the way back to fucking Phandalin or whatever.
All right.
I'm sure we'll find her.
And I have no problem saying that would be your bonus action, because you are giving them to her and commanding her, and that is your bonus action. So you see that she flies away, and yeah.
The other thing I wanted to do was cast Zephyr Strike, and then I could still move, right?
Oh yeah. I'm just saying, as she's flying away, you hear her voice in your head, like right before, as she's flying away, she says, "Be safe. Come back to me."
This is ridiculous. I'm giving away something that can fight because she might become non-existent.
Yes.
Whatever.
But
it
yes,
seems in character.
I will say
she
that
hates
you
this
can.
ring.
I will say that you can definitely. I would let you cast Zephyr Strike even as a, bonus action. We'll say one of them is your action, one of them is your bonus action.
Where's my Zephyr Strike? Okay, and then I can still move. Zephyr Strike makes me move without opportunity attacks.
Correct.
As soon as I cast it.
So you would be able to move 30 feet without incurring an opportunity attack. Or sorry, 35. My apologies. Because if you're looking at the 30 feet, you have to make an attack in order for that to pop.
Wait, what?
So it's casting Zephyr Strike
until the spell ends, your movement doesn't provoke an opportunity attack.
Right.
It doesn't say how many feet I could travel.
Well, It is once before the spell ends, you give yourself advantage on a weapon attack. The attack deals an extra 1d8 force damage. Whether you hit or miss, your walking speed increases by 30 feet until the end of that turn. So yeah, you can definitely move 30 feet without incurring, or 35 feet without incurring an opportunity attack. You just don't get the bonus movement from the spell unless you, like, until on your next turn. If you make an attack, then you can.
So I was casting it just for the. I'm just confused now.
Oh yeah, if you're just moving 35 feet, then that's perfectly fine.
Well, can I dash though?
No, because that would be another action.
Oh, dash is an action, not
Yes.
a movement.
No, yeah, dash is an
Oh.
action. You take the dash action, or if you're like Zash, you take it as a bonus action, or if you're a rogue, you take it as a cunning action.
Because if I'm just. Where's the map? Oh my god.
I mean, basically, where you
'Cause
are
if I-
now is where you can move without, that's as far as you could move.
With Zephyr Strike.
Right, because Zephyr Strike
Without
doesn't.
opportunity attack.
Correct. Yeah, because Zephyr Strike doesn't increase your movement unless you make an attack, which you cannot right now because you have no more actions.
What? I'm not understanding what Zephyr attack.
Zephyr Strike gives you the chance to make an attack with opportunity. You cast it as a bonus action, you attack as an action, whether that hit or misses, then you move 30 feet. So right now, you're just getting the opportunity attack avoidance, which is good because I definitely would have had this thing jump up out of the ground and bite you in the ass again. So yeah,
Okay,
you
I
are-
guess I'm done. I
Yep.
was not getting what I was imagining. That's all.
All right. Smith, you are just outside of the door.
One gargoyle left. Is that all I can see so far? Just a gargoyle? Everyone
That-
else crawled back under?
Correct.
um, 1 second.
Mm-hmm. All right, your time's up. Guys, look at this cool cup I have.
I'm gonna use chromatic orb.
Okay.
It's so cool
Yes.
about your cup.
Oh yeah, it lights up and it glows.
I'm loving that.
I'm pretty sure they sell those to toddlers.
They do. That hits
Full
Smith.
grown
All the good
toddler.
shit.
Or it's my
Hey, I
healing
say the
potion.
same thing about clothes. Kids get the cutest, brightest clothes, and it's hard to find.
And is
for
that
adults.
fire?
Yes, 11 damage.
Okay. It is bloodied. You see it beginning to crack and crumble, but it is not completely destroyed. Albina.
Can you move me inside?
Oh, yes. Where would you like to move to?
Just by, like, Seftus, I guess.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Albina.
Move. Well, I can't. Hold on. There we go. I don't know why it changed it. I think every time we go inside, it changes it. I'm gonna move in. Is that like inside right there?
No. So you would have an additional 10 feet of movement to get into the tower. Currently, Smith, Nylor, and Seftis are like, blocking it, so you would not be able to push past them. So you could move into one of the spaces just inside the door. So you can move there,
Sure.
or there.
I'll stay right there. And can
Okay.
I bring my weapon with me? Move it in with me.
Yes. I will say that it is.
Throw it right in the middle there on the. Well, I don't know how. I guess I can't really put it on me. So.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. This is. Man, that is actually
We can leave it in
lot
the
of work.
entrance. I get, like out of the way for
It's
anyone
fine.
to get in.
It's fine. It's not a big deal. I just because it
Mhm.
doesn't count as a thing, like a token. It's not a person. I have to just reconjure it. So no worries.
Much bigger.
Yeah, it gets big again. Go
There you
fix it.
Oh my god, I hate these tokens so much. It's not your fault. It's mine. It's so little now. There we go. Cool. Sorry. That was a little bit confusing on my part. All right. It is in there now. Do you have an action you want to use, or are you just good getting in there and making sure that, everyone else is getting in?
How much? Let me see. How long do my spirit guardians last? Sorry.
Longer than they should.
Up
They
to
last for 10 minutes.
And how long have we been going?
12 seconds.
Like,
We are on the round 3, which will conclude at 18 seconds.
You know what? We're just gonna chill right here.
Yep. Kind of figured as much. Seftis, it is your turn.
All right. That gargoyle's still flying around, yeah?
Yes, he is. He is outside and to map left.
Can I poke my head out and try and shoot him with a longbow, and then duck my head back in?
Sure.
Do you just want me to roll now, or?
Oh yeah. Go ahead and roll your attack.
All right.
Yeah, you get 2 attacks, so keep that in mind. That is going to miss. And that is also going to miss, unfortunately.
Well, I will still look at my rug. It's fabulous.
It is. I love the colors too. I mean, like Nylor
As
being
he tries
in there,
to pull it and stuff it in the bag
Yeah.
of holding.
Nylor tinting everything blue. Not gonna lie, I sort of love the colors too. I wouldn't mind having that rug. All right. It is the Earth Mote that was about to attack Iluna. And it is going to pop up out of the ground and attack your ankles again. And that's a miss. And it pops back down. Did you, Iluna, do you want to use an opportunity attack?
Is it the same one?
It is, but it has...
But it attacked me again?
Yes, because it is his turn now.
Oh. Yeah, is there any reason why anybody would not use an opportunity attack?
So it uses a reaction.
Like,
So for example, if it was Smith and he used an opportunity attack to butt something in the face, at any other point, if he wanted to cast Counterspell, he could not.
Or shield.
Or shield. Or Zash could not use deflect missiles or slow fall or something like that. Because an opportunity attack is a reaction. And so there's, for Iluna, you don't have other reactions. Opportunity is the only one that you have.
My only reaction, too.
Right.
Okay.
So that's why. That's why I was saying before, whenever it came down to anime being, grabbed by the vines, you don't have any kind of reaction to use to stop that from happening. But your short sword attack does miss. It is Iggy's turn. Iggy is going to run into the building, and he is going to get over into this corner. It is the gargoyle's turn, which is going to fly down and attack Zash. That's a crit. And that's a soft 20.
Ow.
So that's going to be 5. That's going to be 11 plus 6, 17 points of damage.
Ouch.
And then it is going to fly up this way.
I don't get a reaction.
No, it has flyby.
Bitch. Okay.
Bam!
Super helpful.
It is.
What Iluna's been doing the whole time. For
Yeah.
anime.
Anime's been doing it. And I was like, there's a reason. There's a reason why I've picked the things that I have done. But Zash, it is your turn.
Can anyone like I just see game paused. Like I don't see anything that's happening.
It's
Yeah,
I
it
have
keeps
game
doing that for me a
pause,
lot.
too.
Oh.
It just
There we
jumped
go.
forward.
My bad. Are you guys back on the normal map?
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Okay.
outside.
Yeah.
My bad.
Did Iggy attack?
Iggy did not, and I will say that he would have and missed.
I was just.
He was running in just like another firebolt.
I'm just gonna boomerang this guy again. Well,
Okay.
Not this guy, the other guy, but yeah. Oh, that's a miss. That's 11.
Yes, that does miss. Nylor, you are on the inside. You have Thorn Whip still prepared.
I'm just holding
Oh.
my movement again too. Nothing
Gotcha.
important. Just
Yeah,
waiting for the last person to get in.
Right. Nylor.
Again, I can't see the inside.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting I could have made this map so much different and better if I would have just put the big grass on this map and shifted everything down. But I was like, oh no, 2 maps.
And I just see us in black right now.
Mm-hmm. Moody.
There you go.
There we go. So technically, I can still see Zash, right, on the outside
Yeah,
of the door.
Zash is
Yeah.
literally right there.
Would it be an action to investigate this room, see if there's anything else?
I mean, it like what are you looking for? Are you just like a
Is there,
curse?
I'm sorry, what?
Like are you just doing like a cursory glance to try and take in more information, or is there something specific you want to?
Are there like any enemies or anything of interest in this room that would stand out?
I would
upon
definitely
closer investigation.
I would definitely say at least you roll me an investigation check.
Like any more gargoyles or anything?
Right. You don't. I mean, there's nothing that really stands out. Probably the most prominent thing is going to be the hatch on the bottom, like on the floor off to the left. The staircase is really just a wooden staircase. Off to the right, is a large fireplace with the ash of a long dead fire. There's no residual heat coming out of it whatsoever. There's 2 bookcases right off to the left as soon as you enter, and then this fine artisan rug that has caught Septus's attention.
Of all things.
Can I open the hatch?
Yeah, you can.
Oh.
Why do you say it like that?
I'm still
Because-
outside.
Yeah, you can.
As
Don't
soon
do
as
that
you
now.
as soon as you get to there,
Is that one of those things like you could certainly try?
well,
You can, but
we'll
what's gonna
say
happen is
you
that
were
my
right here
control-
and you were going up to there, so we'll say that as soon as you step there,
Uh,
I need everybody
Step on the rug.
except Zash and Iluna to make a dexterity saving throw.
God damn it.
Good luck, guys. You can do it. Be dexterous.
Okay. The investigation check that I did, was that an action?
Was that an action? Yes.
Yeah. Was it? Oh, shit.
Right, so we got Nylor, so I need Albina and Smith to make dex saves.
Does Iggy?
Oh yeah, you gotta make it.
He
Sorry,
has
I'm
+2
going.
on his.
Yeah, dexterity +2, or are you just saying he has
Oh. Did that? It didn't change with his level up at all, did it?
So he does not have dexterity saving throw proficiency. So the most that it would have, since his dex has not gone up, it's still
Right.
just the +2.
Okay.
I was kind of waiting for this.
Yep. That's why you were asking where everyone went in.
Zash or Nylor. As soon
Oh,
as you step foot
Guys!
onto, as
oh
soon as
my
you step,
god!
as soon as you step foot onto this beautiful, beautiful Waterhavian artisan rug, you see a flaming moat appear, or a flaming glyph appear on it that singes up before your very eyes, explodes back into a massive ball
Okay.
of fire.
Okay.
Guys.
Is it people making saves to avoid all damage, or people making saves to resist damage?
I mean, this
For
is
half.
yeah. If you succeed, then you take half.
Take half.
Can Am I allowed to know what the DC is? Because that way I know if I could omen for
No.
someone.
What is your
How does it read?
yeah? What is this ability again? Is it your
My
Cosmic Omen?
Yeah.
I think you can know what your party members roll.
When a creature you can see within 30 feet makes an attack roll, saving throw, or an ability check, you can use a reaction to add a d6. So this is going to be one reaction. You can give it to one creature. And I'm going to say
Damage.
everyone but Albina failed.
Oh. Okay. Instead of doing that, can I use my reaction to absorb elements?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
That's what I'll do.
So you're going to take half of that damage, which the damage of that is going to be 29 points of fire.
29.
29.
So is that 15?
Iggy failed. Iggy's down.
So does that mean I
14?
take 15?
Sorry. Okay. Tony, go ahead.
Does that mean I take 15? Is that half?
You would take 14 because I always round down when it's your damage.
Okay.
What were you saying, Smith?
14 for me as well.
Okay. Are you casting? What are you casting?
I just have resistance to fire.
Ah, good call.
Me too.
Ah, son of a bitch.
No.
Okay, wait.
So, okay.
Wait, just hold on, because I'm trying to keep track of people's totals.
So
Yep.
does Albina.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I said that at the beginning.
So it is
They
going
were
to be
halved and then halved.
it is going to be 29 damage for anyone who failed and does not
I didn't
have
fail.
resistance, which that would be Iggy. Anyone who has resistance or has cast a spell like, absorb
It
elements,
would be 14 to everyone
it
else.
would be 14, and then Albina is going to take 7 because she not only succeeded, but she also has resistance to fire damage.
Okay, so I'm just gonna. I know I'm not supposed to know this in game, but just because I'm weird.
Yeah.
Sepsis should be at 55.
Yep.
Zash is at 35, even though that doesn't matter. I'm at 28. Iggy's down. Albina's at 47. Smith's at 23. I don't know what
28.
Evelyn is at.
Why
You're
am I
48,
at
okay.
47?
Just because I did mental math wrong.
Oh,
I'm not going
Okay,
to show
then-
Iggy as a pile of bones.
Okay, then I'm gonna use my bonus action to heal Iggy again.
Okay. Go ahead and tell me how much you heal him for.
Sorry, not there.
It's all good.
5.
Okay. So he is back up with 5 hit points. And I think what we're going to do is, Iluna, you have about 55 feet to get into this building. on your turn, because you are next, are you going to dash to get into there?
I was considering it. What? Crap. I had a question. I totally forgot it.
You still have no opportunity attacks against you because you have, it's still the minute that your
That's
Zephyr
what I was
Strike is.
asking.
Yes.
Zephyr Strike. So I
Yes.
can dash. I'm pretty sure that was my main goal, even
Okay.
though everybody just blew up.
Yeah.
But I might be concerned about them a little bit. But that dash is an action.
It is.
Ugh.
Unless you want to shoot the gargoyle as an action and then get the 30 feet of bonus
I
from
don't.
Zephyr Strike. Okay.
But as a bonus, I'm just wondering. I'm holding out to not die, but so my points are kind of dropping fairly rapidly, and I just got freaking inside.
What points?
My HP. I'm at 38 out of 53. They've been
Yeah.
dropping pretty steadily. Um.
So do you want to cast Healing Word on yourself?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
This one's
So if
for
you-
long rest.
Right. So go ahead and roll your 1d4 plus 2. There you go.
Woo.
Still better than nothing.
Better than
All right.
nothing.
And as soon as you are in the room, Zash, you move in and shut the door. And you are out of initiative. You can hear the gargoyle just sort of like poof, 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 into the door, like scratching and clawing away.
I open the door. I'm just kidding.
I mage hand the
Who's
door
there?
open. Go away. No, thank you.
Hello.
Wait,
All right.
did we
I opened the
forget
door and asked to
someone?
speak to his manager for property damage.
Is
Wait,
this where we're
there's
ending
a
it for the
pizza
night?
here.
This is where we
There's
are
a
ending it
pizza
for
here.
tonight. Is you guys moved across the courtyard. You got into the wizard's tower, and man, I'm not gonna lie. When Seftis first moved into the tower, I was like, oh, he only has 10 feet of movement. That's as far as he can get. When Smith moved in there, I'm like, or when Nylor moved in there, I'm like, he only has that much movement. He can't go any further. Smith did. Luna, Iggy got in there, and then I was like, there are so many people in this room. And I was just waiting for
my revenge.
I was just waiting for somebody.
Start
Like
salivating.
I like the whole time I'm sitting here looking at the little glyph that's on the on the DM's information on here. And I was just like, oh boy, this is gonna hurt. And it
Okay,
didn't.
but wait,
Resistances.
before we end, do I
Yes.
still, even though they're activated, do I still get the hatch open?
I will say that while Iluna and Zash, like this explosion happened, you were kind of like knocked back and like bewildered. You turn back, you heal Iggy. At that point, you can see Iluna like busting ass to get into here. Zash shutting the door. You move over and you pop the hatch open. As you look down into it, roll me a perception check.
Oh shit! I already exited out. Give me a second.
That's fine. Do you want me to? Would you like me to roll
No.
for you? Okay.
No, I don't.
No.
Just give me a second.
Ooh.
It's his
That's-
character. He's a big
that's
boy.
Smart.
That's half the fun of D&D. You
You're-
can't tell me it's not.
I feel
You're
you.
right. I hate not being able to roll.
That's why I like
Yeah.
rolling physical dice.
I just want to know if the
Decent.
rug's
I
still
love-
intact.
If the what?
Perception, you said?
Is the rug still intact?
Did it catch him?
The rug. Wait,
Okay.
you got an 8.
Well,
Sorry.
I'm gonna omen that then to add a d6 to it.
Oh, okay.
Wait, Can I think we've talked about it. I don't think I could do it on myself.
Can you?
Am I a creature that I can see?
Yes, I have made that choice. Like you can cast things on yourself that you can see.
Plus a whole one. Hell yeah.
Bam.
Well,
You
good
I mean
job.
Game changer.
you look down, so you open it up, you see that
I'm
there
gonna use
is
9 points of inspiration to make it a. I'm kidding. I'm just
Jesus.
kidding.
I was gonna say, man, it's just a perception check, bro. So you open up the hatch, you peer down into it. You can see it leads down into a dimly lit stone floor cellar.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
That will suffice for a week.
Yeah.
I like to think that he's like looking down there and doesn't see anything, and then like pats himself on the chest and then just squints a little bit. Yep, that's a floor.
That's
Stone
it.
floor.
Oh man. All right, I'm gonna stop the